Ye Chen's vision went dark and was immediately engulfed by bright light. The neural connection was activated instantly, and the world of the holographic VR online game, Fantasy World, flooded into his senses like a tide. The bluestone road of Shinsho village stretches under your feet, the air is filled with the fresh smell of soil and wild flowers, and the noisy laughter and curses of players can be heard in the distance. The system prompt sounded crisply, "Welcome to the fantasy world, player Ye Chen, initial occupation, swordsman, basic attributes are full." He took a deep breath, gripped the virtual sword, and scanned his surroundings. The entrance to the village was crowded with novice players, with colorful IDs above their heads. Some were excited to kill hares, while others were chasing rats all over the ground with their heads in their arms. Ye Chen frowned. This new server was so lively, it sounded too novice. He was about to open the mini-map to find a mission, when a string of taunts suddenly exploded in his ears. "Hey, that guy over there named Ye Chen, who are you pretending to be a master? He's just a novice swordsman, don't block the way." An archer wearing tattered leather armor passed by and spat. His ID showed, "Crazy Arrow Unparalleled." He was only level 3, but he looked like he was the best in the server. "I heard that you are a genius player in real life. Huh, why don't you start from scratch when you come to the fantasy world? I formed a team yesterday and reached level 5. Several individual players around heard the sound and gathered around, whispering, their eyes full of gloating. "Yeah, look at his initial equipment, he's the stuff of the slums. A wave of wild boars will appear outside the village, and he's guaranteed to be trampled to pieces." A mage girl covered her mouth and snickered, her voice sharp and harsh. Ye Chen sneered and ignored these clowns. He clicked on his friend list and initiated a team invitation: Chen Feng, Yi Ji, Lin Yuyan, and Mu Shui. These 4 real friends had made an appointment to link up before he entered the game. In an instant, the system sounded continuously: "Chen Feng has joined the team. Yi Ji has joined. Lin Yuyan agrees. Mu Shui confirms." Chen Feng's voice was the first to explode in the team channel, with excitement in his roughness: "Boss. I've finally waited for you. I'm a warrior with an initial strength of 120, and I'm a melee tank. See you at the entrance of the village." Ye Chen quickly rushed to the entrance of the village, where Chen Feng's sturdy figure was already standing, with the gray iron sword on his shoulder, and his muscle lines shining in the sun. Immediately afterwards, Yi Ji landed lightly, her white robe flowing and the "Holy Light Priest" professional logo flashing above her head. She smiled softly, "Brother Chen, everyone is here. My healing wave covers a radius of 50 yards, so logistics is worry-free." Lin Yuyan trotted over with a pet illustrated book in her arms, her pretty face reddening. "Brother Ye Chen, I specialize in pet mastering, and the initial skill of summoning cubs has reached the full level. Information shows that there are hidden pet eggs in the novice area, brush them up." Finally, Mu Shui emerged from the shadows like a ghost, with a cold face showing no joy, and the dagger spinning between his fingers. "Assassin Mu Shui is in place. The reconnaissance range is 200 yards, and the bug information is updated at any time." The formation of the 5-person team was completed, and a light green system announcement popped up: "The team, Shadow Dragon Guard, has been established, and the first kill reward will be increased by 20%. The passers-by players stared wide-eyed, and the Crazy Arrow Warriors, who had just mocked Ye Chen, turned pale. What? A group of 5 of them? The name of the guild from the beginning? This guy must be very lucky." Chen Feng laughed loudly and patted Ye Chen on the shoulder. "Boss, these miscellaneous fish are so sour. Let's go, kill the wild boars outside the village and reach level 5. The team channel became lively, and Lin Yuyan said excitedly, "Here's the information. The new Wild Boar King boss has 5,000 health, 300 attack, and weak spot on the neck. Tactics: Mu Shui sneaks in and cuts to the rear, Brother Chen takes C, and I summon the auxiliary pet milk." Outside the village, there was a bloody storm in the grass. More than a dozen violent wild boars roared and charged, their red eyes flashing with blood, the ground shook, their hooves trampled the grass, and the soil splashed everywhere. Ye Chen's sword flashed and he beheaded a head. His health bar only dropped by 10%, but the team instantly fell into a hard fight. Damn! This pig herd's AI has been upgraded. Chen Feng roared, sweeping his iron sword across, blocking with his shield, and his HP dropped by 200 points. Boss, I can't be honest anymore, please keep up with the treatment. Yi Ji waved his staff, and white light poured out, large-scale healing wave. All members recovered 300 health points. But there was an endless stream of pigs, their sharp humming was like thunder, and the air was filled with the smell of blood like rust. Mu Shui sneaked in and hit the back of the wild boar's neck with the dagger. The green text, -450, exploded, but he was knocked down by the backlash and his HP bottomed out. The information is wrong. King Pig's hidden skills, group collision, attack speed plus 50%. Lin Yuyan screamed, my little wolf pet is only level 1, and it can't hold its milk. We are going to be wiped out. The surrounding casual teams watching the fun burst into laughter. Ha ha ha, Shadow Dragon Guard. You're a rookie guard. Just feed the pigs as soon as you form a team, and the first kill is a dream. Then Ye Chen is still a genius. Look at his swordsman output, the critical hit rate is only 15%, it's so funny. Ye Chen gritted his teeth, sweat dripping down his forehead, and the nerve connections made the pain feel real. Surrounded by pigs, the grey curtain of death was approaching. With a thought, he stabbed the tip of his sword into the remains of an elite wild boar. Suddenly, the system's golden light flashed. Ding! Congratulations to player Ye Chen for triggering a hidden event and obtaining the rare divine pet egg, Shadow Dragon Cub. The pet hatched successfully. A dragon shadow as black as ink sprang out of the egg, wrapped in purple electricity, but its young body exuded overwhelming pressure. The sharp dragon claws grip the ground, the air is distorted, and the hot dragon breath blows in the face, and the expressions of passers-by and players change when they hear it. The pet panel pops up, Shadow Dragon Cub, Level 1, Attack Power 250, Initial Full Value 200%, Skill, Shadow Devouring, absorbing 10% of the enemy's HP and converting it into one's own, Growth Potential SS Level. The team channel was instantly petrified. Chen Feng's eyes widened and his voice trembled, Old boss, what the hell is this? God's pet. Initial attack 250. My warrior's strength of 120 is considered top-notch. This cub can kill me with one claw. The value is off the charts, the hidden pet bar is unlocked, and the team's attributes plus 20%. Yi Ji opened her mouth slightly, and the healing aura automatically strengthened. Oh my god, Brother Chen. Shadow Dragon. The legendary pet breed unique to the server. My MP limit is instantly plus 500, and my milk volume is doubled. Lin Yuyan hugged the illustrated book and her eyes lit up, Brother Ye Chen. How did you hatch it? The intelligence said that the triggering probability of the Shadow Dragon is 0.001%, and it can only be summoned by the pet master when it is at full level. You are, against the sky. Grow SS, and destroy it with one dragon at full level. Mu Shui climbed up from the shadow, her cold face rarely changed color, and the dagger fell to the ground. The data is crazy. Shadow Dragon buff, the whole team's critical hit plus 30%, my assassination damage soared from 450 to 700. The passers-by players were dumbfounded. The crazy arrow wushuang, bow and arrow they had just laughed at dropped from their hands and fell to their knees with weak legs. Shadow Dragon Cub. It's fake. How is it possible in the novice area? This kid is cheating. I'm so envious. Once the divine pet comes out, us Sanran are still fooling around. As the pigs roared, the Shadow Dragon Cub looked up to the sky and roared, and the purple lightning dragon breath spurted out. Shadow Devouring was activated, black mist enveloped the pigs, the health bars collectively dropped wildly, and the green words, plus HP, soared above the team's heads. Ye Chen's sword shines like a dragon, and with the help of pets, the output explodes, crit. -800. Behead the Pig King with one sword. The Wild Boar King fell to the ground with a howl, his flesh and blood bursting open, and the fishy wind scattered everywhere. System-wide announcements rolled across the golden screen. Congratulations to the Shadow Dragon Guard team for killing the Novice Zone boss, the Furious Pig King, for the first time. Reward the whole team with X10 experience, 5,000 gold coins, and X5 equipment treasure chests. Instant exchange rate, 1 gold equals 10 real coins. The team channel was buzzing with excitement, and Chen Feng roared. As soon as the boss pet comes out, the Pig King's health bar is like paper. The first kill is 5,000 gold coins, which can be exchanged for 50,000 yuan in reality, and you will start to get rich. Lin Yuyan screamed, the treasure chest contains a blue-equipped, dragon scale bracer, with plus 50 strength and points for the whole team. The currency market has exploded and the exchange rate has increased by 10%. Yi Ji's eyes were full of admiration. Brother Chen, you are our legend. Mu Shui whispered, perfect cooperation. Shadow Dragon's data is so terrifying that the official forum has been flooded. Ye Chen picked up the equipment with a smile, and the value panel shone, all attributes plus 25%, and the gold coins exceeded 10,000. Passers-by and players watched, their eyes turning from jealousy to fear. Some people knelt down and said, brother, take care of me. Shadow Dragon Guard is awesome. At a time when spirits were high, the alarm of desolation system rang across the server, like thunder, blasting the brain, warning. Abnormal server fluctuations were detected, and the server data was slightly lagging for 5 seconds. Players, please stay vigilant, the bug is being fixed. The picture was slightly stagnant, the wild boar corpse was trembling and showing signs of resurrection, and the harsh friction sound of twisted metal could be heard faintly in the air. Ye Chen's pupils shrank suddenly. Something's wrong, this is not an ordinary lag. The Shadow Dragon sensed a rift in space. The team channel exploded, and Chen Feng shouted anxiously, boss. My HP bar is flashing. The Pig King is resurrected. The whole server chat area is going crazy. Some people say that data is lost and equipment is reset to 0. Lin Yuyan panicked. The information is urgent. The server is connected to hundreds of millions of players around the world. If the bug spreads, it may permanently collapse. Although the official compensation is generous, what about our first kill reward? What should we do if the exchange rate plummets? Yi Ji's voice trembled, Brother Chen, the healing skill is delayed by 0.5 seconds, it's so scary. Mu Shui's reconnaissance voice cut in coldly, everyone be silent. I found an anomaly deep in the novice village. The entrance to the hidden dungeon, a red data stream pouring out of the dark cracks, is suspected to be the source of the bug. The data of the surrounding players has evaporated, and there is the smell of burnt circuits in the air. Can you get in? Ye Chen stared at the video sharing from Mu Shui with burning eyes. The dark cracks in the screen were squirming like living creatures, and the red data flow was running like blood threads. Mixed with the pungent smell of burnt circuits, it made people's stomachs churn even through the holographic senses. Come in. This is the source of the bug, the Shadow Dragon's perception is correct. The team channel was buzzing, and Chen Feng was breathing heavily, boss, the pig corpse is still twitching, and the resurrection CD has been shortened to 10 seconds. This fucking bug has pushed the monster refresh rate to 200%, and the novice area has become a hell. The whole server chat is fried, and some people's equipment is directly wiped out, crying for father and mother. Lin Yuyan's voice was urgent, information confirmed. The hidden copy of Crash Rift has a server abnormality that triggers the conditions. It drops bug fragments to strengthen pets. But the data monster inside has an attack that penetrates armor. If the resistance is lower than 30%, you will die. Yi Ji clenched his staff tightly, and his white robe trembled slightly. "Brother Chen, my big healing wave has been preheated and the MP is fully loaded. But the delay is still there, will we?" Mu Shui interrupted coldly, "Stop talking nonsense. Stealth and open the way, 50 yards ahead of the crack entrance. The air is as hot as a furnace, and the data stream will deduct blood when it touches it, minus 50 HP per second." The 5-person team rushed into the depths of the novice village like arrows. Passers-by and players watched from a distance. The guys who just knelt and licked turned pale and whispered, "The Shadow Dragon Guard is crazy." The crack swallowed 3 individual teams, and the IDs were deleted directly. "Are they going in to die? Look at Ye Chen, what are you dragging?" No matter how awesome the divine pet is, even the bug copy has to kneel down. The entrance to the cave is eerie and cramped. The red data flowing on the stone wall is pulsating like blood vessels, making a sizzling sound of electric current burning. The heat wave is mixed with the burning smell of molten metal. Mushua held the dagger in front and disappeared into the darkness, followed by the team. Ye Chen's sword blade buzzed, the shadow dragon cub sat on his shoulder, wrapped in purple lightning, and its low roar shook the air. As soon as you enter, hell descends. Deep in the cave, more than a dozen data-rotten pigs roared and pounced, their bodies half solid and half insubstantial, red data codes rolling crazily under the pigskin, and their eyes exploding with blood-red pixels, as if their eyeballs were about to explode. The pigs' trotters stepped on the ground, and the ground cracked. Every step was like a thunderous shock wave. The air was filled with blood and electric odor, stinging the nose. "Pull the monster. Chen Feng, hold on." Ye Chen shouted, sword light slashed out, critical hit, minus 650, but the rotten pig's HP only dropped 8%, counterattacked with a claw, the data claw shadow penetrated the armor, directly knocking Ye Chen's 300 HP. Chen Feng's iron shield slammed into the ground, and the tank skill iron wall charge was activated. His body was like a mountain and he crashed into the pigs. "My HP limit is 3,800, and after all attribute buffs, it is 4,500. Come on." The shield blocked, the red letter, minus 800, exploded, and he gritted his teeth and retreated, beads of sweat sliding down his virtual forehead. "Damn. The attack penetrates 50%, my defense is in vain. The refresh rate of the pig group is +1 every 5 seconds, boss, I can't hold on anymore." Yi Ji waved her staff wildly, and white light poured down like rain, group holy healing. +400 HP for all members. But as soon as the halo touched the rotten pig, the data flow backfired, and 30% of the milk volume evaporated. Her pretty face turned pale, the skill is delayed by 1 second. The bug interferes with MP recovery, and my blue bar dropped to 20%. Lin Yuyan summoned the wolf cub to assist, but the wolf claw bit her but was killed by the data claw. "My pet is level 1, I can't handle it. Brother Shadow Dragon, keep up with the output." The Shadow Dragon cub roared, and the black mist, Shadow Swallow, enveloped the 3 rotten pigs, absorbing the HP green text, +250, and soaring the team's blood bar. However, the pigs came one after another, 20 of them besieged, the sharp pigs grunted like metal scraping bones, the cave shook, and gravel fell like rain. Mu Shui sneaked around and hit, minus 750, with the dagger, exploding data fragments, but was knocked away by the collision of the group. He fell to the ground and vomited blood. Reconnaissance update. The boss-level data pig king is hidden, with 20,000 health, the skill, data explosion, has a range of AoE, and the resistance is not enough to completely destroy it. The team channel was in despair, and Chen Feng roared, "Boss, this is not a fucking novice dungeon, it's a server black hole. Although the experience is huge, every kill will give you +500 EXP, but you will get a level deduction once you die." The whole server chat, "It's collapsed. Someone save the equipment. The exchange rate has dropped by 5%. If our team is wiped out, all the first kills will be lost." Passers-by players watched the live broadcast of the battle through the outside of the dungeon, and the forum was flooded with, "Shadow Dragon Guard is showing off." So what about the divine pet? Data monsters ignore levels. Ye Chen swordsman's output is only 20%, noobs. The prediction has come true, pig feeding 2.0. The pig surrounded him, and the edge of death gray approached Ye Chen's field of vision. He had 15% HP left, and the shadow dragon cub whistled in warning. In the desperate situation of wanting to advance but suppressing it first, Ye Chen thought, Lin Yuyan. Shadow dragon grows SS and uses bug fragments to teach skills. Mu Shui, throw the fragments over here. Lin Yuyan's eyes lit up and she hugged the illustrated book tightly. Yes. The pet master's hidden command is, Data Devour. Brother Shadow Dragon, eat the fragments. Mu Shui flicked the dagger, and the green data fragments flew out. The Shadow Dragon cub opened its mouth to swallow it, and the panel flashed with golden light. Ding! Shadow Dragon learns a new skill, data swallowing, swallowing bug fragments, converting the whole team's experience plus 50%, pet level plus 1, resistance plus 20%. The current level has been upgraded to level 3, and the attack power has soared to 380. The supporting cast reacted explosively. Chen Feng's shield fell to the ground, his eyes widened, and his voice trembled like chaff, boss, boss. The Shadow Dragon's level jumped 3 levels. Attack 380. My warrior was crushed at full power of 140, this pet is incredible. The whole team's experience buff, monster killing EXP x 1.5. Yi Ji has an O-shaped mouth, and the white light automatically strengthens, my MP has returned to normal. Resistance plus 20%, milk volume doubled, holy treatment plus 600. Brother Chen, how did you know? Lin Yuyan screamed in admiration, Brother Ye Chen is a genius. The intelligence says that data devouring is a max-level skill for pet masters. You just let Shadow Dragon learn it on his own. Growing SS is too scary, devouring servers at max level. Mu Shui got up, with a rare blush on her cold face, the data is stable. My critical strike penetration ignores the bug, and the damage starts at 900. Reversal moment. The Shadow Dragon cub looked up to the sky and roared, the purple lightning turned into a data vortex, and, data devouring, was launched on a large scale. The red data flow poured into the body, the black mist swept through the pigs like a tornado, and the rotten pig blood bars collectively evaporated. Minus 1200, crit, fragments surged, and the experience bar skyrocketed. The whole team panel jumped wildly, ding. Congratulations on the upgrade. The level is unified to 15, and all attributes have increased by 30%. Ye Chen's strength is 220286, and his agility is 198257. Ye Chen's sword light burst out, the golden light of the dragon scale wrist guard shone, and he hit the pig king with a divine cut sword, minus 1500 crit. Chen Feng regained his shield, and the tank was like a tiger, strength plus 30%, HP 5800. Hold the monster. Yi Ji's milk was as bright as the sea, Mu Shui's dagger danced, and Lin Yuyan's wolf cub was resurrected to assist. The cave was filled with blood and wind, pig humming turned into howling, the data flow collapsed into a rain of fragments, and the stench in the air turned into a fresh electric smell. The pig king's body is as huge as a hill, blasting AoE and sending out a red wave, but the shadow dragon devoured it, and the team's resistance soared, and the damage was only minus 100. Kill it. Ye Chen jumped up, assisted by the shadow dragon's breath, and pierced the pig king's core with the tip of his sword. Explode. The flesh and blood data collapsed, and the system gold announcement scrolled across the server. Congratulations to Shadow Dragon Guard for first clearing the hidden copy crash rift. Reward the whole team experience. The team channel was buzzing, and Chen Feng laughed wildly, boss. The level 15 value is off the charts, my defense is 650, the tank is invincible. The talisman resistance is 50%, the only one in the server. 20,000 gold coins, 240,000 real money, suddenly rich. Ye Zhi's eyes were filled with mist. Brother Chen, our level is 10 blocks behind the novice area, the treatment range has been expanded to 100 yards, and the whole audience is bursting with milk. Lin Yuyan threw herself into Ye Chen's arms. Shadow Dragon has reached level 4. The skill chain is unlocked, and the next one is Space Tier. Brother, you are the god of pets. Mu Xue whispered, the corner of her mouth slightly raised, perfect first pass. The source of the bug has been cleared, and the server fluctuation has been reduced by 20%. But, there is an ambush at the exit. The peripheral live broadcast of passerby players collapsed, and the guys who had just mocked were dumbfounded. Fake. Level 15. The Shadow Dragon swallowed the data, the value increased by 30%. The collapsed talisman, an artifact. I cried with envy, we are still struggling among the pigs. Who is Ye Chen? The prophecy of the genius has come true, the god's pet rescues the team, defying the heavens. Ye Chen distributed the talisman, and the team's panel shone, resistance 50%, gold coins exceeded 30,000, and equipment blue light circulated. I stepped out of the dungeon exit in high spirits. The sun was dazzling. The novice village was in chaos. A red alert flashed on the chat channel of the whole server fluctuations have intensified. The data loss rate is 30%. Who is doing this? Exiting the grass, a team of 20 people blocked the road. The leader was a strong man with the ID, Iron-Blooded Overlord, level 12, the Wolf Guild logo above his head flashed, the gray iron heavy armor buzzed, and the axe dripped blood. Hey, Shadow Dragon Guard. The first time you passed the bug dungeon, you robbed us of information. My guild is the top 100 in the whole server, and the server is in crisis. You benefit. Hand over the amulet and the god's pet egg, or declare war. All guild alliances in the server will crush your team. Chen Feng glared angrily and unsheathed his battle axe. Fuck. Opposing the guild? How dare a level 2 trash dare to provoke him? Boss, kill him with one axe. A few people gathered around, whispering doubts and turning to fear. The Mad Wolf Guild is a ruthless character who specializes in grabbing new server resources. The Shadow Dragon Guard is awesome, but 20 people surrounded it. No matter how good the talisman is, it can't withstand it, right? The server fluctuation is coming again. The screen is stuck, the chat area is in chaos, and the exchange rate has dropped to 1 gold equals 8 coins. It's plummeting. Ye Chen sneered, Shadow Dragon roared, the purple voltage dominated the audience, and the air was twisted and chilled, declaration of war. Come on. Watch the show on the whole server, Shadow Dragon Guards picked up. The system alarm sounded again, the fluctuations intensified, and the data cracks faintly reopened. In the grass, the Iron-Blooded Overlord swung his axe, and the gray iron heavy armor made a low, buzzed sound. 20 Mad Wolf Guild players dispersed like a pack of wolves, shield fighting in front, archers pressing back, mages in blue robes hunting, and the air was instantly filled with the smell of rust, blood and greasy sweat. The leader of the strong man smiled ferociously, the level 12 logo flashed, the power panel faintly displayed 220, and virtual pig blood dripped from the axe blade. Boy, talisman artifact. My guild has wiped out the 50 teams in the novice area, and the equipment is all blue light and rare. 20 people control the field, and the Shadow Dragon will have to kneel no matter how fierce it is. Brothers, come on. Explode their gold coins and grab the god's pet egg. The team channel buzzed, Chen Feng's battle axe trembled, his HP bar of 5,800 was as stable as a mountain, but he gritted his teeth and roared, Boss, there are 20 enemies, average level 11, shield defense is 450, archer DOT stack -80 per second. We are small and can't hold it for a long time. Ye Zhi clenched her staff tightly, her pretty face turned pale under her white robe, but the preheating of the holy healing aura was delayed by 0.5 seconds. Brother Chen, their mage group control is freezing, fan 50 yards around, my breasts are moved backwards. Lin Yuyan hugged the illustration tightly, the young wolf lay low, and her voice trembled. Intelligence, Iron Blood has a hidden buff, Wolves, Fury, the team's attack speed plus 25%, critical hit rate 35%. Brother Yinglong resisted the pressure, but was surrounded. Mushue's dagger disappeared, her cold eyes glanced, and her stealth movement was stuck. Ambush 2 assassins, predict the backstab, the server fluctuates, and the dodge rate drops by 10%. More and more individual players gathered around, the live broadcast screen flooded the forum, the holographic image was projected in the square of Novice Village, and whispers came like a tide. Crazy Wolf is ruthless, the iron-blooded overlord massacred the village last week, specializing in killing the first pass team. The Shadow Dragon Guard only has 5 people, so what if it is level 15? Human C tactics, talisman immunity bugs cannot withstand PK. The exchange rate is 8 coins per gold, the server is stuck, Ye Chen is losing blood, and the guild battle will be lost. Ye Chen's sword edge was horizontal, the golden light of the dragon scale wrist guard was dazzling, and the power of 286 crushed the entire audience. The Shadow Dragon Cub was entangled on the shoulders, wrapped with level 4 purple electricity, and the low roar shook the grass blades to pieces, and the air was distorted and smelled of electricity. But the enemy's shield array was already pressing up, and the iron shield, bang, hit the ground. The shock wave was like thunder, and the grass and mud splashed, depriving Ye Chen's team of 200 HP. The bows and arrows fired in volleys, the rain of arrows was coated with poisonous DOT, and the health bar dropped wildly. Lin Yuyan's young wolf fell to the ground with a howl, minus 450. The wolf pack's buff is too strong. The desperate situation was overwhelming, and the grey mist of death was approaching the edge of his vision. Ye Chen's eyes were like lightning, and his thoughts flashed, Shadow Dragon, data devouring, full open. Lock the enemy buff. The Shadow Dragon Cub looked up to the sky and roared, its level 4 body surged in a circle, the purple electricity turned into a black and red vortex, and, boom, exploded with a wide range of skills. The data stream sprang out like a living snake, piercing through the enemy formation and heading towards the crazy wolf buff aura. The red pixels disintegrated, the Wolf Rage logo shattered, and the system's red text scrolled across the screen, ding. The Shadow Dragon data devouring takes effect, the enemy team's buffs are devoured, and the value plummets by 50%. The attack speed is minus 50%, the critical hit rate returns to 0, and the defense drops to 225. The iron-blooded overlord laughed wildly and jumped up, slashing Chen Feng with his heavy axe, Overlord slash, the red letter, minus 900, exploded. Chen Feng took 3 steps back with his shield split, and his defense of 650 was actually penetrated. Fuck. The wolves are furious, attack plus 40%. IHP dropped by 15%. The scattered people screamed, Shadow Dragon Guard can't stand it. Chen Feng's tank is shaking, and Ye Chen's swordsman's output is overwhelmed. The whole server chat exploded, the wolf is crushing, the talisman is useless, the PK is not immune to the debuff. The enemy collapsed instantly. The power of the iron-blooded overlord's axe stagnated, and the strength panel dropped from 220 to 110. His face turned livid, and his voice was as sharp as a ghost's howl, what the hell? My wolves are gone violently. The attack speed has become a turtle, and the panel is terrible. This pet's skill is against the sky, swallowing buff. Shield the warriors' shields fell to the ground and their knees became weak, defense 225. Novice level. Critical hit rate 0%, we are a target. The archer's quiver shook like chaff, and the mage's staff MP froze, the whole team's debuff is stacked, and the movement is minus 30%. Who is going to remove it? The supporting cast reacted explosively. Chen Feng's eyes widened, he regained his shield, and laughed like thunder, what a miracle. The Shadow Dragon swallowed the buff, and the enemy's value was cut in half. My defense is 650 and they are 225, one shield at a time. Charge! He launched an iron wall charge and crashed into the enemy formation like a cannonball. Bang bang, smashed the two shields, and the two shields exploded. -1800 critical hit, -1950 instant kill, blood mist sprayed, and the smell of iron was tangy. Chen Feng licked his lips and smiled evilly. HP 5800 tank, 2 wastes per second, so cool. Boss, continue. Mu Shui sneered and flashed, unlocking the stealth backstab, hitting the archer's neck with a critical hit of 900 penetration, -1250 harvest. The dagger danced, the health bars of the 3 archers were cleared, the corpses fell to the ground and twitched, and the poisonous arrows scattered in the grass with a crisp, ding-dong sound. She whispered and raised her lips slightly, the enemy's critical hit is 0, my penetration level is 900, and my backstab combo is perfect. Perfect. Yi Ji's holy healing halo exploded, 100 yards of white light poured out like a sea, and the whole team's health bar instantly reached +800, the milk volume is doubled, and the resistance is 50% to stabilize the bloodline. Brother Chen, Shadow Dragon buffs all our attributes by 20%, critical hit by 30%, and the enemy is crying, Dad. Lin Yuyan screamed and threw herself at Ye Chen's arm, and the wolf resurrected to bite. Brother Ye Chen is a genius. The iron-blooded axe move is 0.8 seconds slower, and the wolf's debuff is extended by 150 seconds, killing the mage. The battlefield was filled with blood, the grass was dyed red, severed limbs were flying, and the screams were mixed with the sizzling sound of electric current. The iron-blooded overlord retreated and roared, disperse. Control the field and freeze. But the mage's ice cone was as slow as a snail. Ye Chen's divine slash jumped up, and the golden arc of sword light tore through the air. -2200 crit, hit his shoulder directly, and the amulet resisted 50% blocked the rebound, strength 286 crushed 110, kneel down. The shadow dragon breath assisted, the black mist swallowed the remaining blood, the iron blood panel was cleared, the axe landed with a clang sound, the heavy armor shattered and blue light equipment exploded. Total annihilation in just 30 seconds. 20 corpses lay across the field, and the ground was filled with loot, a blue wolf fang necklace, attack speed +15%, a rare shield, defense +80, and 5,000 gold coins poured into the backpack. The system gold announcement scrolled across the server, ding. The Shadow Dragon Guard is the first to kill the guild ambush in the PvP event in the novice area, annihilating the Mad Wolf Squad. Reward experience. The projection in the square of Novice Village collapsed. The individual players were dumbfounded and hit the ground with their knees, fake. The Shadow Dragon devoured the buff data and cut the enemy's value in half. Chen Feng sprinted twice in 1 second, and Mu Shui stabbed 3 times in the back. What a magical skill. Level 17 top in the village. Amulet plus new clothes, Ye Chen has super strength 350. I'm so jealous, the guild's reputation is 500, and we have 0. The forum exploded, the Shadow Dragon Guard dominates the newbies, and the wild wolf iron blood is turned into a dog, and the pet SS grows up and swallows the earth. The whole server chat is full of envy, the exchange rate is stable at 9 coins. Ye Chen distributed the treasures, and the whole team's panel shone, the strength exceeded 300, the resistance was 60%, and the gold coins were 50,000. As the corpses were swept away in high spirits, the blood gradually dissipated in the air and turned into the smell of gunpowder smoke of victory. Just as he was about to leave, the holographic alarm over Novice Village rang loudly, and the screen suddenly froze. A large-scale server crash broke out, the black edge of the field of vision spread, the data loss rate soared to 70%, the player ID flashed red, the equipment blurred into gray mist, and screams shook the sky, my full-level equipment is gone. The exchange rate collapsed to 5 coins, bankrupt. The whole server is frozen, monsters are infinitely resurrected, and the novice area becomes a slaughterhouse. Who saves the server? The team celebrates. Chen Feng laughed and patted Ye Chen on the shoulder. The strength panel soared to 320, HP exceeded 7,000, and the new shield defense was 780, boss. The level 17 tank is invincible, the new leggings have agility plus 60, and the charge CD is halved. 40,000 gold coins, 360,000 real money, riches 2.0. Yi Ji's eyes were filled with water mist, holy healing plus 900, range 150 yards, brother Chen, the milk god. The purple light robe's MP limit is increased by 50%, and it will never run out. Lin Yuyan hugged the shadow dragon, and the level 5 assistant said, brother, the shadow dragon swallows the upgrade chain, unlocking the buff backlash. Mu Shui shared the victory, and blushed, 1200 crit, no CD for stealth. The cracks in the grass reopened, the red flow squirmed like blood, and the heat wave burned and the smell hit your face. The team channel exploded urgently, and Ye Chen shouted, hold on. Yi Ji is in charge, Chen Feng is protecting the formation. Mu Shui flashed her dagger and intercepted the information, the coordinates of the bug source have been updated. The core of the intermediate map, Shadow Forest, the source of boss-level data. The whole server is in crisis, shall we rush? The desert outside the village was blown by wind and sand, lust was flying and mixed with data fragments, sizzling, and burning with the smell of electricity. Black mist spread like ink at the edge of the field of vision, and the system red alert flashed across the screen, server crash expanded. Data loss rate is 85%, login frozen, all players in the server are forced to get stuck, the monster resurrection interval is reduced to 0.1 seconds, the economic system collapses, and the exchange rate plummets 1 gold equals 3 coins. AI core overload warning, source coordinates, the core area of Phantom Forest. The whole server is wailing, my full-level equipment is ashes, and the real money is gone. Who the hell can save the monsters in the novice area, and the HP is locked to 100, and they are turned into dogs in an instant. The guild warehouse is cleared, and the exchange rate is 3 coins. Who dares to go to the 50-level forbidden area in the intermediate area? The 5 members of Ye Chen's team ran like arrows, their body collapsed with golden light, and they were immune to 70% data loss. The panel was as stable as a rock, strength 368, agility 312, and resistance 65%. But wild monsters in the wilderness have gone berserk. The original group of level 10 wild boars, with red eyes and grinning faces, has exploded in number by hundreds, their HP has doubled to 2,500, their attack panels have soared by 400, their fangs are dripping with virtual pus, their nostrils are filled with putrid stench, and the ground is shaking like an earthquake. Chen Feng's shield formation was in front, his HP 7200 health bar was shaking slightly, and his new rare shield defense 810 buzzed to block the first wave of collisions. After minus 120 damage reduction, he only lost 1% of his health. He gritted his teeth and roared on the team channel, boss. Wild boar is violent. Take the buff, crash frenzy, attack speed plus 50%, painless charge ignores 30% defense. We are surrounded by 100 heads, 5 of us pull the monster circle for 50 yards, the exchange rate is 3 coins, the gold coins depreciate, and the loot is in vain. Yi Ji's staff preheated with white light, but the holy healing range was 160 yards, but it was delayed for 0.3 seconds. The sweat rolled down her pretty face, brother Chen, the milk volume can't be suppressed. The DOT corrosion of the pig group is minus 90 per second. No matter how high the resistance of the whole team is, the debuffs will be stacked, and the MP consumption will be doubled. Lin Yuyan hugged the wolf cub tightly, and the red light flashed randomly in the picture book scan, her voice trembled, emergency information. All players in the server are stuck sharing coordinates, the source of the bug is of the I core is overloaded, and the avoid tree heart boss level data body in the depths of the forest is devouring players' experience points. The trading channel is opened, I sell the Mad Wolf Fong necklace in exchange for the skill book. Ding! Deal, the rare pet book, Frenzy Devouring, can be obtained. Mushua hit her dagger and scanned the sneak path. The pig group is flanking the 10 elites, and the backstab is stuck, and the dodge rate is high. The shadow dragon roared, and the purple voltage suppressed the cracks. Ye Chen pointed his sword into the distance and sneered, "Assemble the whole team, the intermediate area is against the sky. Server, let's save." With the whole server wailing, the team flew out like an arrow, and the wind surged outside the village. Wanting to suppress it to the extreme, the pigs bombed into the iron formation, and the cracks in Chenfengdun spread, -450 penetration. Ignoring defense when running rampant, HP dropped by 8%. Yiji's holy treatment delayed the outbreak, and the white light poured out but only returned 60%, the milk position cannot be suppressed, and the corrosion stacks 5 layers, -150 per second. The shadow dragon cub roared and sat on Ye Chen's shoulder. Its level 4 body had weak purple electricity, but its panel attack was 388 but was reduced to 280 by the collapse debuff. The dragon's breath swept 5 pigs with only -600x5, and the pig blood spattered the ground with a pungent smell. Lin Yuyan screamed, "Brother Shadow Dragon's output has been cut in half. The team's critical hit rate has dropped by 20%. We are desperate." The golden arc of Ye Chen's sword flashed, and the talisman was fully resistant to corrosion. However, the preheating CD of Divine Slash was extended by 1 second due to server fluctuations. He thought with lightning in his mind, "Shadow Dragon, all channels are turned on. Data devouring, lock the source of the pig's rampage. The team channel is stationed 24 hours a day, and a flood of information from thousands of people pours in instantly. Brothers, the Pig King Elite HP is 50,000, the core buff source. AI is overloaded, and the heart of the tree swallows all server experience." The shadow dragon roared to the sky, the purple-black vortex erupted with a loud, rumbling sound, the electric arc whipped like a whip, and the air was filled with a burnt smell. The data stream was alive and the snakes were running wildly, piercing the red logo of the pigs. The system's red text scrolled across the server, "Ding. Shadow Dragon's data devouring upgrade is triggered, devouring crash frenzy in full effect, and the enemy group's values plummet by 60%. Attack speed returns to 0, HP is halved, resurrection CD plus 300%. The pigs instantly went limp. 100 wild boars smashed their knees to the ground, the attack panel dropped from 400 to 160, HP 1250, the movement was as slow as a slide, and the rancid smell turned into the smell of fear and sweat. Chen Feng's bullseyes bulged, his shield revitalized and he laughed wildly, "The boss is against the sky. The shadow dragon goes berserk, and the pigs turn into pigs. I'm defense 810 and they were 160, sweeping the streets with one shield. Charge against the iron wall, go." He smashed into the pigs like a meteorite, smashing the shield 3 times, and the pig's head exploded into a fountain of blood mist. -1850 crit x3, kill the elite instantly. There was a pile of pig corpses on the ground, and the broken limbs fell to the ground with a crisp sound. Chen Feng licked his lips and smiled grimly, HP 7220 full, new leggings with agility plus 65, charge with no CD. Boss, the Pig King asked me to fight in a duel, with 328 strength to crush him. The projections of all players in the server flashed like ghosts on the edge of the wilderness, stuck IDs were shrouded in grey fog, and screams echoed, "Shadow Dragon Guard. Level 17 newbies torture wolves, and now the pigs are running rampant and can't hold them back. The talisman is good, but hundreds of them are infinitely resurrected, who can survive?" The live broadcast of the forum was frozen and interrupted, and the remaining barrage wailed, "Team Ye Chen is rushing to the intermediate level. Looking for death." At the 50th level threshold of the Phantom Forest, the Iron Blood Alliance's thousands of troops have surrounded it, monopolizing the right to repair. Mushua's silhouette flashed ghostly, and she unlocked without delay. The dagger's critical hit 1320 penetrated the back of the neck and stabbed 8 heads in succession, -1400 harvest x8. Full score for combo, poisonous DOT ignores deceleration. The pigs wailed and twitched, the corpses turned to ashes and gold coin fragments jingled. Her cool face was slightly red, and she whispered, "Perfect, the gold coins for critical hits are doubled. Ye Chen's coordinate prediction is accurate." Ye Ji's holy treatment erupted like a tsunami, plus 950 range 170 yards, white light pouring down like snow, the whole team's health bar was over full plus gain, the milk god awakens. Purple robe MP plus 55%, perpetual motion machine. Brother Chen, the shadow dragon bites us at full speed plus 40%, let the pigs cry. Lin Yuyan rushed towards Ye Chen and screamed in ecstasy, the young wolf level 6 auxiliary bit the pig legs, minus 280 by 10, brother Ye Chen is a genius. The skill book is fused, the shadow dragon evolves, ding. The level 5 divine pet is awakened, the attack power increases by 40% to 543, the body doubles the purple electric dragon wings, unlocks the buff backlash. Information, the whole server is grateful, and the exchange rate rebounds by 4 coins. The screen of the shadow dragon evolution is shocking, the cub soared into a half-meter dragon body, the purple electric dragon wings popped and fanned and thundered, the air was distorted and ionized ozone smelled, and the SS growth on the panel shone. The whole server announcement, ding. Shadow Dragon Guard, Shadow Dragon evolves to level 5, the first kill crashes and goes berserk. Reward experience, pet auxiliary gem. Guild reputation plus 1000. The player Huiying in the wilderness screamed, Shadow Dragon evolution. The god's pet SS. Swallowing to save our slot. Ye Chen's strength is estimated to be 400 plus, the newbie is a master. The whole server's chat was full of praise, the exchange rate is 5 coins, and the reputation of the Shadow Dragon Guard is 1,500. The battle was cleared in only 20 seconds, with thousands of pig corpses piled up, 80,000 gold coins pouring in, and the exchange rate of 5 coins turned out to be 400,000. Chen Feng carried the pig king's head and laughed, "Boss. The level 18 tank has HP 7500, defense 850, and the dragon scale boots charge like flying. Rich 3.0. Ye Ji's eyes were watery and he said, Brother Chen, holy healing plus 1000, range 180 yards without any blind spots. Lin Yuyan said to Shadow Dragon Scales, Brother, Shadow Dragon Wings flying buff, forest intelligence, thousands of Iron Blood Alliance troops block the edge. Mu Zufenbeo sneered, 1400 critical hits, perfect upgrade. At the edge of the phantom forest, towering ancient trees are twisted and shrouded in grey mist. The smell of rotten wood and mixed blood fills the nostrils. The cracks in the data are like bloody mouths, Gulu swallowing the light. The Iron-Blooded Alliance's 1,000-man army is tightly guarded, with the level 50 logo flashing. The leader, the Iron-Blooded Overlord, has been upgraded after his rebirth. He stands on the command platform with a grey face, a heavy axe dripping with blood, a strength panel of 285, a rear shield array with a defense of 600 plus, the mage roars with ice and fire, and the archers rain arrows to test for cracks. The guild channel declared war on the entire server, Iron-Blooded Alliance exclusive bug fix. Kill anyone who enters the forest. Shadow Dragon Guard. Novice miscellaneous fish, dare to attack and annihilate them all. The army laughed ferociously, the war drums shook the sky, and the boss roared looming in the grey fog, the heart of the data tree, unlimited HP, swallow the whole server. Ye Chen's Fenbao was high-spirited, with panel strength 412, agility 368, total resistance 70%, and pointed his sword at the phantom forest, channel monitoring, move forward at full speed. AI tree heart, we swallow it. The team's dragon wings swept through the air, wind and thunder roared across the wilderness, and the dong-dong of the Iron Blood Alliance's war drums was faintly heard in the black mist. The team lurked at the edge of the forest, and Chen Fengdun clenched his fists and roared, Boss. An army of 1,000 iron-blooded men, average level 25, Guild War mode on, control range 500 yards. There is a 100% risk of the 5 of us being surrounded. Lin Yuyan's intelligence trembled. They blocked the repair road and took away tens of billions of official compensation. Mu Shui's eyes were cold. Assassination of iron-blooded? Hundreds of flanking assassins. Ye Ji's milk stick trembled. Brother Chen, the heart of the tree is shaking. The thousands of troops of the Iron Blood Alliance poured out like a torrent of steel. The battle axes reflected the blood light in the black mist and hummed low. The ground shook like thousands of horses galloping, and the smell of rotten leaves mixed with bloody earth assaulted the nostrils. The iron-blooded overlord raised his heavy axe high, his grey face twisted and grinned, and the Power 285 panel flickered with the whole server projection. Shadow Dragon Guards. 5 people dare to break into the forbidden area. The Guild War begins. Control the field for 500 yards, the archers suppress the rain of arrows, the mage seals the road with ice and fire, and the tanks attack to steal the gods. Darling. Brothers, kill them all and swallow the heart of the tree to compensate for tens of billions. The rear shield formation buzzed and advanced, the ice arrows, swish, tore through the fog, the fireballs, bombed, and blasted away the stench of scorched earth, and hundreds of assassins sneaked into the flanks. Their murderous intent was like needles stabbing their backs. Ye Chen's team Longyi blessed Lin Yuyan, but was instantly exposed. The data crack, Golu, swallowed up the light. The server locked the displacement with a delay of 0.5 seconds, the Shadow Dragon's purple lightning was weak, and its attack 543 was cut in half to 320. 100 iron-blooded vanguards were surrounded by a stream of iron. The rain of arrows was like locusts dinging and smashing the dragon-scale boots. Minus 180 penetration bounced into sparks, and Chen Feng's shield cracked. Minus 520 critical hit. HP 7500 dropped 7%. The boss and the others are accurate in controlling the field. The archer's critical hit rate is 35%. We only pulled the circle 30 yards. He gritted his teeth and roared in the team channel, sweat beads rolling down the blood. Ye Ji's white light preheating was delayed, and her pretty face turned pale. Brother Chen. The amount of milk can't be suppressed. The freezing DOT is minus 120 per second, the team's resistance is 70%, and the debuffs are stacked, and the MP is consumed. Lin Yuyan hugged the young wolf and trembled, and the illustrated book flashed red. There are 10 supply trucks and thousands of bottles of potions, destroying them and controlling the collapse of the field. But 100 assassins are patrolling, and Brother Shadow Dragon is outputting the lock. Mu Shui clenched her dagger and glanced with cold eyes. The flanks are 5% weak, but the encirclement is reduced, and the stealth CD is extended by 2 seconds. The risk is extremely high. The whole server chat exploded with ridicule. The Shadow Dragon Guard is finished. The iron-blooded army of thousands of people crushed it at level 25, and the 18th level novices gave it away. God's beloved egg is iron-blooded, make it up to us for licking the screen. The projection player's grey shadow cried ghostly. The clearing is about to be completed. Ye Chen's team is caught in the middle, HP has dropped by 10%, despair. The iron-blooded overlord laughed wildly and hit the ground with his axe, boom, the earth waves overturned the tree roots, and the rotten smell filled the air. Ye Chen. Power 412. I have 285 plus guild buff. The tanks come forward and crush the divine pet. The 2 iron-blooded tanks rushed in with 260 shield and 700 defense. The shield hit, bang, and ignored 30% of the defense. Chen Feng took 3 steps back and his knees were slightly bent. Boss. The 2 tanks are linked, and the charge has no CD, and the HP is lost by 12%. The 5 of us are surrounded, and we will die in a long battle. To suppress the climax, arrows rained down and fireballs exploded, the edge of the forest exploded into flames, and the smell of burnt wood was pungent. Ye Chen's divine slashing golden arc charged up, but the CD was delayed by 3 seconds. Shadow Dragon's breath swept 3 tanks with only -400x3, and the health bar swayed slightly. The ghost of the iron-blooded assassin appeared. stabbing Mu Xue's back with 1200 critical hits with the dagger, minus 1100. Stealth broken, combo full. Mu Xue twisted her face coldly and leaned back, HP 3200 dropped by 35%, and whispered tremblingly, "Prediction is wrong, the supply truck is too tightly guarded." Ye Chen calling holy treatment explosion plus 850 but only returning 50%, the milk position is delayed, the debuff stacks 7 times, minus 180 per second, the whole team is red. Lin Yuyan threw tears at Ye Chen's arm, "Brother, the road is blocked by iron and blood, the roar of the heart of the tree is approaching, and 90% of the data is lost. We are finished." Ye Chen's eyes were as cold as a sword, and the team channel was murmuring, "Chen Feng, challenge their leader tank alone, drag and control the field. Mu Xue, sneak up on the flanks to explode supplies, ignore the assassins. Jie, range milk lock me plus shadow dragon, Yuyan, skill book fusion, stable pulse. Open all channels, link up individual players for support, Shu Xian's weakness information, switch to attack with firepower." Chen Feng's bloodshot eyes bulged, and he responded with a roar, "Boss is wise. I have 7500 HP and 850 defenses. Come on. Iron wall charge, no CD. His shield is like a meteorite, and his dragon scale boots have plus 70 wind and thunder. Hold on, hit the iron-blooded tank in conjunction with, boom, critical hit subpower 328 crushes you 285, shield rebound plus 35%, hit me 3 times with the shield." Chen Feng smiled and licked his lips, the ground cracked the pig king's head, and the iron-blooded king retreated and spurted blood, the guild channel exclaimed, "The deputy captain tank god does not lose blood in a single challenge, and the defense is 850. Mu Xue's eyes flashed, and she sneered and whispered, "The captain's prediction was correct, the assassin patrol gap is 0.8 seconds, stealth is unlocked." She turned into a ghost and ran into the flank, with a dagger critical hit of 1400 without delay, stabbing the 8 assassins escorting the supply truck continuously, minus 1320 harvest x8, combo full score of poison DOT. The team exploded with a boom, and the potion bottle shattered and the green mist filled with the pungent smell of the medicine. The iron-blooded logistics screamed, the supplies exploded. The MP potions were cleared, and the field control collapsed. Hundreds of assassins rushed to pursue them. Mu Xue dodged like the wind, her cold face flushed with excitement. "Perfect, loot potion plus 20,000 gold coins, all enemy debuffs are activated." The iron-blooded overlord glanced around and laughed, "Information, the Shadow Dragon guards have advanced to the intermediate level. Brothers, the guild war has been initiated. All enemies will be wiped out in a flanking attack. Let's grab the god's pet egg." The army of 1,000 people turned around and came towards them with a stream of iron, their battle axes were brilliant, and their murderous intent was like a tide. Ye Chen sneered and drew out his sword, the dragon's wings arced with lightning, the shadow dragon roared in the black mist and charged up, the crisis was about to break out. Lin Yuyan hugged Shadow Dragon tightly, her voice trembled and turned into ecstasy, "Brother. The rare book Stable Pulse Fusion, ding. Shadow Dragon has successfully learned, and the progress bar is 80%. Shadow Dragon roared to the sky, the purple electric dragon wings popped and fanned with thunder, Stable Pulse blue waves surged out like a tide, making a loud, buzzing sound, the smell of ionized ozone in the air hit your nose, data cracks shrank, and local collapse delayed to 0. The system's yellow text scrolled across the server, ding. The divine pet Stable Pulse is triggered, the data loss rate at the edge of the Phantom Forest is reduced to 40%, the monster resurrection CD is plus 500%, and the team's buff backlash plus 50% full speed. The panel of the iron-blooded army plummeted, the attack speed returned to 0, HP was reduced by 30%, and the soldiers were weak in the knees and filled with fear and the smell of sweat. Ye Chen seized the opportunity, and the divine/golden arc was finally fully charged. The sword ripped through the air and, boom, to kill 100 iron-blooded forwards, minus 2200 critical hit scale plus 50, full resistance 70% immune to field control, Shadow Dragon 543 output unlocked, data devouring. The Shadow Dragon vortex bursts into purple and black arc whips, devouring the iron-blooded guild buff in full effect, and backfires to increase the team's attributes by 35%. In the team channel, Ye Chen game shouted to the whole server, single player. Weakness in the heart of the tree, void roots, swallowing experience every 5 points, stop when the root is removed. Change support, flank the iron blood, coordinate sharing. The intelligence of the single player in the whole server surged, big boss intelligence god. I am a level 20 archer, fire support. Nanny is online, range milk locks the Shadow Dragon guard. Thousands of individual players rushed in like a ghost army, raining arrows and fireballs rained down on the iron blood rear. The iron-blooded overlord's face turned pale, and his heavy axe trembled and he retreated, impossible. Shadow Dragon stable pulse. Supplies are exploding, individual people are attacking, retreat. But Chen Feng singled out and chased him with laughter, smashing 3 shields, 1950x3. The Overlord's HP dropped by 60%, and he knelt down and spewed blood, strength 285 was crushed, thank God. The army of 1,000 people collapsed, corpses were everywhere, gold coins, ding-dang, sounded, loot poured in 500,000, and rare equipment was full. The system announcement shook the screen, ding. The Shadow Dragon guards defeated the Iron-Blooded Alliance and won the guild war for the first time. The whole team's experience compensation notice, repulse bonus coins plus 1 million, exchange rate skyrocketed 1 gold equals 10 coins. Rare treasure chest x10, god level talisman full resistance plus 80%, tank shield defense plus 200, assassin dagger critical hit plus 50%, priest staff milk volume plus 150%, pet egg assist. Chen Feng laughed while carrying the Overlord's head. At level 30, HP was 12,000, defense was 1,200, strength was 500, dragon scale boots plus new shield were charging like thunder, boss. Challenge the leader of the league alone, double the value and crush me. The guild tanks me. Iduan Street. Get rich 10.0. Yiji's holy treatment plus 1,600 range is 250 yards, and she hugs Ye Chen with watery eyes. Brother Chen, the milk god is always moving, the tactical game is heartwarming. Lin Yuyan's personal shadow. Dragon scale was ecstatic, brother is a genius. Stable pulse is fully loaded, young wolf level 9 assist, intelligence linkage across the server, we are legends. Mushu Fenbao sneered and blushed, crit hit 2000, perfect coordination, captain's coordinate prediction is accurate. Ye Chen Fenbao was high-spirited, level 30 strength 650 agility 580 total resistance 85%, pointing his sword deep into the forest, channel monitoring, we swallow the heart of the tree. Sanren Alliance, Guild Expansion. A tsunami of white light erupted from Yiji's staff, with a range of 180 yards, holy healing plus 1000, pouring like snow, and the team's health bar was instantly overfilled plus gain buff, milk god mode. Purple robe MP plus 55% permanent motion, brother Chen's team's resistance is locked by 85%, ice and fire are ineffective. She rushed towards you with watery eyes Chen, whispering admiration, brother Chen, the tactical god, the milk volume is reversed, the debuff is cleared. The iron-blooded mage's fireball blasted into the air, but was evaporated by the white light and sizzled with a burnt smell. The archer's arrow deflected and landed, and the guild tank wailed, the milk volume can't be suppressed. Logistics is interrupted, we can't last 30 seconds. It only took 5 minutes to clear the battlefield, and the total gold coins were 1.5 million and actually 15 million. The whole server chat reversed and praised wildly, Shadow Dragon Guard dominates. The level 30 god team, with unparalleled statistics, the Iron Blood is wiped out. The exchange rate is 10 coins, and the compensation is rich. The projection individual knelt down and licked. Big brother accepts the younger brother. Stable pulse saves my card position, the guild reputation is 6,500, and the shadow dragon guard licks the screen. But the joy is fleeting. There was a loud rumbling in the core of the forest, the boss in the heart of the void tree roared like thunder, cracks in the ground opened wide and swallowed up the corpse data, and the fishy black juice spattered and putrid and pungent. Red alerts exploded across the server, ding. The data of dead players is permanently lost by 20%, and the experience is irreversibly grayed out. The player wailed and a projection flashed, I have lost my full-level equipment, clearing files will ruin my life. The team channel information was chaotic, the heart of the tree summons a giant beast guard, and HP has unlimited heirs. The black mist retreated slowly like a living thing, the shadow dragon's blue wave pulse, buzzed echoed at the edge of the forest, the ionized air emitted the pungent smell of ozone, the gold coins stacked on the scorched earth of the Iron Blood Alliance's corpses dinged softly, and the green mist of bloody soil mixed with potion filled the air into a strange mist. The tip of Ye Chen's sword was lowered, the power 650 panel flashed with purple-edged divine light, the dragon scale boots crushed the broken axe with a crisp, click, sound, and he scanned the team. First withdraw from the forest edge camp and take stock of the spoils. The roar in the heart of the tree is suspended, the 24-hour countdown to clearing, we are stable locally, linked to individual surveillance. Chen Feng carried the decapitated head of the iron-blooded overlord, with a full HP of 12,000, and a new shield that prevented 1,400 from reflecting the glare of the sun. He laughed wildly with his eyes wide open, and his voice sounded like the thunder of the team channel. The boss has a plan. The army was wiped out. I didn't lose 1% of HP when fighting against the leader, and my defense was 1,200 plus new shield plus 200, crushing all tanks in the server. This head is hung with the guild flag, and the reputation is increased by 50-100. The afterglow of Yi Ji's staff is shining, and the milk volume is plus 1,600, with a range of 25. The zero code permanent motion, the new staff plus 150% made her pretty face flush, and she stared at Ye Chen with watery eyes. Brother Chen, the tactical game is heartwarming, the milk god mode is full of bonds, the 7 debuff stacks just now are all cleared, and the MP pool will never dry up. We are invincible. Lin Yuyan hugged the 9th level assistant of the young wolf, kissed the shadow dragon, and the scales chirped softly, her eyes fluttered into Ye Chen's arms with tears of ecstasy, her voice trembled and turned high-pitched, brother, genius. Stable pulse full load progress is 100%, pulse diffusion is ready to be unlocked, data devouring buff the backlash for the whole team is plus 35% critical hit. The loot gold coins are 1.5 million, and the actual price is 15 million. We will win with an exchange rate of 10 coins. Mushue's dagger has a new plus 50% critical hit, with a cold light, her cold face is slightly red, and she whispers as she distributes the potion, the captain's prediction is accurate. The perfect combo of flank bombing and supply, 2,000 critical hits, harvesting hundreds of assassins, treasure box x10, opening a god-level talisman with full resistance plus 80%, my agility 720 stealth CD is reset to 0. The team projection flashed, and the whole server chat reversed the frenzy, Shadow Dragon Guard thank God. Chen Feng defeated the iron-blooded overlord without losing health, and his defense was 1,400, and the guild won the first battle and the compensation was tens of billions. The individual player Huiying knelt down and projected, Big brother, please save my card position data, and licked the screen to join the guild with 6,500 reputation. The hidden vine tent in the forest edge camp rustled, the fire crackled and the wood chips smelled fragrant. Ye Chen sat on the ground, the god-level amulet inlaid with dragon scale wristbands, buzzed, the full resistance was 165%, the panel exploded with purple light, the strength was 700, and the dragon scale boots were added to the agility of 650. He spoke in a low voice on the team channel, opened the treasure chest and optimized the lineup. Chen Feng shield for top defense, Jie milk lock, Yuyan shadow dragon fusion fragment, Mu Shui scouts the core path. Live inventory on all channels, absorb intelligence from individual personnel in exchange for firepower. Chen Fengda with a wave of his hand, X10 rare treasure chests opened with a boom, and golden light shot into the sky like fireworks. Bang bang, the god-level talisman had plus 80% total resistance and flew into Ye Chen's necklace. Ding! The collapsed talisman evolved, with total resistance plus 130% and bugs. Immunity 100%, data devouring range expanded by 500 yards. Yi Ji screamed and received the upgrade of the staff, milk volume plus 1600 plus 2500, range 350 yards, purple robe MP plus 55% permanent movement, eyes wide and watery flashing, Brother Chen. This is the ultimate milk god, with a range of milk pressure for the whole server. Just now, I was able to control 5 people in the AoE battle, and now the whole team is immortal. She threw herself into her arms and hugged him, warm and soft body incense mixed with the smoke of the fire, whispering and trembling with admiration. Lin Yuyan's young wolf swallows the pet egg to assist, Gulu, the blue light on the shadow dragon's shoulder skyrockets, the evolved SS level first kill reward triggers the boom, dragon roar, the panel attack is 543-800, unlocks the pulse diffusion plus data devouring full load, the dragon wing fan, pops, the wind thunder and the smell of rotten leaves, brother. Successfully fused bug fragments, shadow dragon evolved into, void guardian, stable pulse CD returned to 0, team buffs plus 50%. The weakness of the heart of the tree, void roots, was confirmed by intelligence. Every 5 points, experience is swallowed, and the source of the collapse will be exposed when the root is removed. Mushue dagger's new critical hit plus 50% poison DOT, 720 agility. The red edge of the panel flashes. The ghost dodge test, swish, is silent, and he sneers on his red lips, perfect, no delay in sneaking, 100% combo penetration, I am the iron-blooded assassin alone. Chen Feng's new shield defense plus 200 stacks of dragon scales, HP 15,000 and strength 600. He tried the charge move, boom, and smashed the boulders in the camp with a craw sound. He laughed wildly with bloodshot eyes, boss. The ultimate tank, HP immortal defense 1600, single-handedly challenged the boss to draw hatred without pressure, and the iron-blooded army will be wiped out with my shield. The whole server chat burst into a wave of adoration, and projections of scattered people flooded the edge of the camp, crying and howling. The numbers of the Shadow Dragon Guard are incredible. Ye Chen's total resistance is 165% bug immunity, the output of the Divine Pet is 800, which is off the charts, and Chen Feng's tank HP is 15,000, a guild nightmare. The amount of milk is 2,500. Goddess Yi Ji, you just revived me, and the bond is full. The guild channel of the iron-blooded remnants wailed, the overlord's head is hung with a flag. The reputation is 0, and there is no hope of revenge. Ye Chen's gold coins are 300,000 per person, and the reality is 30. 00000 took off, and the team channel game was hotly discussed. Clear the files in 24 hours, the heart of the tree summons giant beasts to guard HP's infinite offspring, we break through the core and cut off the roots. Thousands of people from the Sanran Alliance firepower, monitor the iron-blooded counterattack. Yi Ji's holy therapy warms up white light, gentle eyes locked on Ye Chen, Brother Chen is a leader and is invincible after repair. But the stench of crashes is strong, and the data loss is 40% and still rising. Lin Yuyan's illustrated book flashed red information, official compensation list notice, exclusive rights to the God's domain server, we are the first to obtain it. The atmosphere of joy was like the warm current of a fire. Chen Feng took a big bite of the spoils of the barbecue and made a crunching sound. The gravy was fragrant. He laughed wildly and patted Ye Chen on the shoulder, boss. From level 18 trash fish to level 30 god team, I became rich with a compensation exchange rate of 10 coins. The guild expanded and thousands of people licked it. We swallowed the heart of the tree and dominated the legend of the whole server. Mushue opened the green bottle of potion with a pungent smell mixed with blood, and a rare soft smile on her cold face. The captain shares the coordinates of the god, and the flanks are always controlled. The shadow dragon roared and curled up at Ye Chen's feet, the blue scales throbbed and buzzed, and the wolf-licking claw auxiliary buff was stacked to increase the critical hit of the whole team by 50%. The scattered projections of all servers knelt down and licked the tide of information, boss. The red-eyed giant beast, the descendant of Tree Heart, the core of the source of collapse, the data consumption rate is 20% per minute. Ye Chen's eyes scanned the depths of the black fog, the sword tip tapped the ground with a dull, clang, sound, and said in a low voice, "The repairs are completed, prepare to break in dash." Suddenly, the core of the forest rumbled, the earth shook, the cracks in the void opened wide like the blood basin of a giant beast, the black juice splashed and putrid like a pile of corpses, and the pungent stench rushed straight into the nasal cavity, making Yi Ji's pretty face turn pale and retching. The system scrolled blood red across the screen, ding. The bug core source of collapse has awakened. The behemoth's HP is unlimited, data devouring AoE-500 experience per second is permanently lost, and data loss across the server has soared to 60%. The whole server chat panicked and screamed, "It's over. My full-level equipment is ashes, and the Resurrection CD Infinite, clearing files will ruin your life." The projected player's grey shadow distorted and wailed, the corpse data was swallowed by the whirlpool, the red-eyed monster roared like a thunderous roar, the cracks in the ground swallowed corpses with a crisp pop, and the thousand suns descendants surged out from the black mist like a sea of insects, and the claws clicked, and the murderous aura condensed like a solid needle stabbing the back. Ye Chen jumped up, and the divine slashing golden arc charged up with a buzz sword sound, and the Team Channel live broadcast started. The whole server is watching. The Shadow Dragon Guard breaks out of the core, cuts off the root and rescues the server. Chen Feng pulls hatred, Jier breasts explode, Mu Shui flanks, Yu Yan Shadow Dragon comes up. Chen Feng charged with his shield and hit the giant beast's front paw with a boom, -2,800 critical hit ignores defense, HP 15,000 drops 8% but smiles ferociously, boss. The giant beast's AoE is -1,200 per second, I can't resist it, and I can't lose blood. It has the magic ability to prevent 1,600 tanks, and it fills the hate circle for 500 yards. The giant beast's red eyes bulge, and its tail sweeps over the earth waves. Boom, the rotten juice splashed, Chen Feng's knees slightly bent and beads of sweat rolled down, his voice trembled and became frantic, watch all servers. The Shadow Dragon Guard will not retreat, the tank will always be on top. Yi Ji's staff white tsunami poured plus 2,500 milk, the range of 350 yards holy healing was like a snowstorm, and the team's health bar was locked to full gain. Buff, his eyes widened and watery, and he screamed, Brother Chen. The milk god is stable, the AoE debuff is cleared, and the MP is always moving to suppress the infinite heirs. The whole server chat live broadcast has over 100 million viewers. Chen Feng's tank resists the source of collapse. The HP is immortal, and Yi Ji's milk volume is incredible. Lin Yuyan hugged the shadow dragon and rushed forward, urgently teaching, brother. Ultimate skill book fusion, server restart. The bug fragments are swallowed, and the shadow dragon evolves against the sky. The shadow dragon roared up to the sky, its wings slapped the thunder clouds, and the blue-black arc vortex burst into the sky with a buzz, and the fusion fragments dinged. Evolve the SSS level, Void Restart Dragon, and the output exceeds 100 million to unlock the server restart. Panel attack 805,000, data devouring and locking the core of the beast, the purple electric whip makes a crisp sound, -100 million critical hits kill thousands of offspring, and the blood mist fountain rises like rain to the sky. The giant beast roared and twisted, the HP bar dropped by 90%, and the red eyes shrank in fear, roar, data backlash. Ye Chen divinely slashed the golden arc stacked shadow dragon buff, -5,000 x 10 consecutive slashes to the core, boom, to split the void, and the black fountain of juice poured down. Mu Shui sneaked on the flank and crit 3,000 harvest offspring with a silent swish, and sneered, perfect, the combo is full of poisonous DOT and explodes. The live broadcast of the team channel was very popular, and the whole server was like a sea of projections, and everyone was screaming, the source of the Shadow Dragon Guard instant kill crash. The server restart is triggered, the data is revived, and the local stability is 100%. The system's yellow text shook the screen, ding. Shadow Dragon Guard repairs the core bug, player data resurrection rate is 90%, monster CD plus 1000%, official compensation is issued, gold coins x 5 million, God's domain server rights notice. Gold coins, ding dong, rained down, the exchange rate skyrocketed by 20 coins, and the team became billions. Chen Feng shouldered the claws of the giant beast and laughed, boss. You can resist AoE without losing any blood, and your stats can crush the entire server. Yi Ji embraced Ye Chen and said, Brother Chen, the god team, the bond will last forever. However, the shadows of the giant beast's remnants escaped and the deep fog, Golu, disappeared, and the red alert for the whole server still existed, the remnants of the beast escaped, and the server is 30% unstable. Suddenly, the official emergency announcement scrolled red on the screen, server crash critical. Within 24 hours of the source of the bug not being repaired, the entire server will be cleared and reset. All progress will be reset to 0, and only the repairer will receive the ultimate compensation, exclusive rights to the God's domain server. Ye Chen narrowed his eyes, the shadow dragon roared on his shoulder, the skill progress bar was full of blue light flashing, buzzing, and gathering momentum, the red eyes of the giant beast loomed in the depths of the black mist, and murderous intent surged in. The black mist surged like boiling ink, and the rotting sap dripped onto the ground, making a sizzling sound of bone erosion. The pungent stench mixed with rust and blood penetrated straight into the nasal cavity, making Yi Ji cover her mouth and retching. Her pretty face was as pale as paper, and the white light of her staff was swaying. The traces of the red-eyed remnants flickered and loomed in the fog, the giant beast roared, gulu gulu, like the paste churning in its throat, the cracks in the ground expanded and swallowed up the corpse data, and the experience, popped, exploded into black ash flying. The whole server chat was scrolling red, 35% data loss. The resurrection CD is unlimited, the max level equipment is wiped out, and I actually go bankrupt and jump off the building. The scattered projections distorted and wailed, and the firepower of the alliance of thousands retreated like a tide. The grey shadow knelt down and cried, Shadow Dragon Guard Savior. But the red eyes of the remnant party devour 15% every minute, and the server crashes and counts down for 12 hours, clearing the files and destroying the entire server. Suddenly, the sky exploded with thunder, and the metallic official investigation team projection descended like a giant ship. The 100-meter-high shadow was huge, and the cold mechanical sound penetrated the eardrums and shook the soul. Warning. Shadow Dragon Guard is suspected of data manipulation, and the repair core is questionable. Compensation for the blockade will be issued, the Iron Blood Alliance's Revenge Legion will be allowed to assemble, and the arena battle will begin. Violators will have their accounts permanently banned. The projection scanned Ye Chen's panel, and the purple light of the collapsed talisman buzzed, but was marked by a red lock. The strength was 700, the full resistance was 165%, and the warning frame was flashing. Chen Feng's shield was on the front line, his HP 15,000 health bar was trembling slightly, and the new shield's defense was 1,600, reflecting the glare of the sun, and his eyes were sweating violently. The beads rolled down his forehead, and his voice changed from a wild laugh to a low and trembling team channel. Boss, the investigation team crushed the level, blocked my tank data, the 5,000 legions of the iron-blooded remnants assembled with projections, the black mist red-eyed heirs were resurrected and their HP doubled infinitely. We are 100% locally stable and cannot withstand the encirclement and suppression of the whole server. Yi Ji's holy treatment white light was scattered and tested. The milk volume was plus 2,500 and the range was 350 yards, but it was bounced away by the projection barrier. The MP pool suddenly dropped by 20%. Her eyes were watery and she locked Ye Chen in fear, Brother Chen. The milk god is locked, the debuff is stacked 3 times and the investigation is frozen. Jier's MP is exhausted, 50% of the team's buffs are stripped off, the red eyes are approaching, the minions are grinding and murderous, like a knife slicing the back. Lin Yuyan hugged the young wolf with level 9 support. The Shadow Dragon SSS level void restarted. The dragon's blue scales throbbed and buzzed, the attack 5000 panel flashed red warning, her pretty face turned pale and tears fell, and the intelligence map exploded with blood on the screen. Brother. The official suspects that we are cheating. UG, 5 million gold coins were frozen, the exchange rate dropped to 5 coins, and the 1.5 million loot was lost in half. The Iron Blood Alliance Guild channel ridiculed, Shadow Dragon Guard fake hero, data devouring and stealing the whole server, the arena is destroyed by 10 times the army. The remnant's void roots regenerate, swallowing up 20% of experience every 5 minutes, and the data loss soared by 45%. Mushue's dagger crit hit 3000 cold light flashes, her agility 720 stealth CD tried to open, but it locked up with a ding, her cold face was rarely distorted, and she was sweating coldly. Wetting his bangs, he whispered tremblingly, Captain, the flanks detect the infiltration of the iron-blooded inner ghost, stealth is invalid, poison DOT is invalid by 50%, their Legion tank HP is 20,000 x 50, the assassin critical hit is 5,000 armor-piercing group, and they are mocking us as idiots. The whole server chat ridiculed like a black wave, and the projections of the iron-blooded remnants roared like wolves, Ye Chen, you are a bitch. The Overlord's head is hanging with a flag. The investigation team will crush you, the red-eyed heir will swallow your divine pet, 5,000 of US will destroy your Shadow Dragon Guard in the first battle of the arena. The projections of thousands of people in the Sanran Alliance collapsed and fled, and the Grey Shadow cried, Big Brother insists. But the blockade compensates us for licking the dog in vain, and the real currency has evaporated by hundreds of millions. Level. Ye Chen's sword tip was lowered, the divine slashing golden arc was charging, buzzing, and the sword was suppressed. The god-level talisman's full resistance was 165% plus bug immunity was 100%. The grey lock on the panel flashed. His eyes scanned the depths of the black mist, and 1,000 red eyes were approaching like blood stars. The rotten juice, crash, splashed on the ground and sizzled and eroded through the vine tents. The pungent and stinky mixed blood mist made the fire, crackle, and sparks splashed. The team channel was dead silent, and he spoke in a low voice, Hold still, the investigation team is projecting incorporeality, delaying the intelligence war. Chen Feng shields Jier's breast locks, Mu Shui forcibly detects the spy, and Yuyan trades in the black market to unfreeze the gold coins. Chen Feng bent his knees and supported the shield. The ground shattered with a click, and his voice turned hoarse and roared, Boss. The tank will always be at the top, but the HP lock will be reduced by 30%, and the defense will be reduced from 1600 to 1100. The iron-blooded laugh at me, the red-eyed claws scrape the shield with, crack, Mars, I can't hold on for 3 points. In the black mist, the projection of the Iron Blood Alliance's Revenge Legion materialized, and 5,000 red names came like a sea of insects. The tank shield wall, bang, hit the edge of the forest, and the soil waves were overturned. The putrid dust blew in the face, and the assassin's shadow swished through the air to surround them silently. The iron-blooded deputy leader projected a bull roar, and the sound was deafening, Ye Chen. First win in the guild war. I have a legion tank with HP of 20,000 and a defense of 2,500 by 100. The priest has a milk capacity of 4,000 groups. I accept the arena battle, the fight starts tonight and I will destroy you. The whole family's data was grayed out. The number of viewers watching the game exceeded 100 million, and passers-by screamed in panic, iron-blooded revenge. The investigation team blocked compensation, and the exchange rate was 5 coins. The wave of bankruptcy. Yi Ji's staff trembled, and the white light barely reached plus 1,500 milk. Foam, the range was reduced to 200 yards, she bit her lip and threw herself at Ye Chen's arm with tears in her eyes, Brother Chen, the milk god collapsed, 40% of the MP pool evaporated, red-eye AOE -800 experience per second, our level 30 attributes were frozen and returned to level 20 like a fish. Lin Yuyan's fingers flew across the black market panel, the young wolf's auxiliary buff was weakly superimposed, and the shadow dragon's wing fan popped with the wind and thunder and the rotten mist. Her voice was trembling and high-pitched, "Brother." The black market operation was successfully unfrozen, and the loot gold coins were flipped, but the official blood text is suppressed again. Suddenly, the huge gold characters in the system shook the screen and scrolled, "Ding." The official urgent repair bug core, the server is 80% stable, and the data is restored 95%. Compensation will be distributed, 1 billion game coins per person, and the exclusive right to the god's domain server will be announced. The rate soared 5 times, and real coins took off at 1:100. The rain of gold coins, ding dong dang dang dang, rained down on the camp like a metal storm. The mountains piled up next to the fire shone in clusters, and the smell of earthy gold hit the nostrils. The team panel buzzed with a purple gold frame. Chen Feng's eyes widened, HP 15,000 fully unlocked, new shield defense 1600 plus compensation material superimposed 2000, he laughed wildly and sweated, "Boss. 1 billion gold coins are worth more than 100 billion in reality, but the Iron-Blooded Legion tanks upgraded to HP 25,000, mocking us for becoming rich paper tigers." Ye Zhi's milk volume increased sharply from plus 2,500 to plus 5,000, her purple robe with a range of 500 yards shines, her watery eyes widened, tears of joy rushed to embrace Ye Chen, and the soft body fragrance mixed with gold coins was rustic, "Brother Chen. The milk god is reborn, and the compensation staff plus 300% milk burst is all over the server, but the red lock of the investigation team is still there, and the red-eyed heirs are devouring them endlessly. The panel grows the whole team by 100%, Ye Chen's strength is 7001400, agility is 6501300, total resistance is 165% 330%, and the collapse talisman evolves to have ultimate bug immunity of 200%. Lin Yuyan screamed in ecstasy, and the black market trading was like lightning, "Brother is a genius." The exchange rate of 1 billion has doubled and the value has increased by 2 billion. The exchange rate is 100 yuan and the real trillion has taken off. The black market premium for the pre-sale of the divine domain rights is 300%. The shadow dragon raised its head to the sky and roared, "Boom!" The dragon roared. Lin, the blue and black electric arc vortex swallows the compensation fragment, Gulu, the panel attack is 5,000 10,000, awakens the new skill, shared by the whole server, the golden light bursts, bang bang, like fireworks, the data swallowing locks the whole team to upgrade by 100%, the dragon wings flap the thunder clouds and rotten mist the pungent stench is dispersed and weakened, fusion successful. SSS Void Restart Dragon is unlocked and shared across the server. The buff spreads to the whole alliance plus 100%. All attributes are critical plus 100%. The CD is reset to 0 and moves permanently. Mu Shui's dagger critical hit 3000 6000, agility 720 1440, stealth unlocked and penetrated the iron-blooded shield. She raised her cold red lips slightly but frowned, "Captain." The spy intelligence confirmed that the assassins of the Iron-Blooded Alliance infiltrated the Sanran Alliance, and they ambushed thousands of people in the first battle of the arena. But the numerical value has increased, and we are worthy. With a wave of Ye Chen's sword, the god's golden arc stacked buffs were shared across the server. The dash 10,000x20 continuous slashing move, boom, cut through the black mist and red-eyed remnant, the blood mist fountain, squeaked, and the rotten juices splashed everywhere, and the ground, cracking, cracked and shook the soul. The whole server chat reversed the frenzy, Shadow Dragon Guard compensates for the rich. Ye Chen's power is 1,400 and his total resistance is 330%, which is against the sky. God's pet shares the buff with the whole alliance and soars. Individual projections kneeled and licked like a tide, Big Boss forms a guild. God's pet alliance accept me, reputation 11,500 licks the firepower of thousands of people. Ye Chen's team channel said in a low voice, form a guild, God's Pet Alliance, recruiting masters from all servers, the reputation threshold is 8,000, and the compensation bonus is 100 million per person. The guild panel exploded with golden light, thousands of masters' projections poured into Sha and kneeled down, the tank's HP was 30,000, the assassin's critical hit was 10,000, and the screen exploded, Alliance leader. The buff stack is shared across the server, and we dominate the nightmare. The iron-blooded Deputy Alliance projects a cow roar to challenge, and the sound is mixed with a metallic buzz, God's beloved alliance. You are laughing. The first guild match in the arena starts tonight. 5,000 legions vs you, tanks crush shared buffs, and the intelligence of the inner ghost is fully controlled, destroy the whole family. All servers watched the battle exceeded 1 billion, and passers-by screamed in shock and jealousy, the iron-blooded inner ghost has infiltrated. Mu Shui detects the god, and the Shadow Dragon Guard crisis is coming again. Mu Shui ghostly flashed and swooshed across the sky, the dagger poison dot stacked and exploded the iron-blooded projection afterimage, and sneered and whispered in the team's private channel, the captain confirmed. The ghost in the iron-blooded alliance is the vanguard of the Sanren alliance. In the first battle, thousands of assassins were ambushed. The red-eyed heirs sneaked into the arena, and the black fog murderous intent surged. Chen Fengdun smashed the ground and bombed the waves, laughed wildly and shouted, "Boss! The tanks are in place." But the intelligence of the insider is overwhelming, and we are at a 5:1 disadvantage in the first battle. Even if our numbers are increased, we can't withstand the encirclement and suppression. Yi Ji warmed up the white tsunami, her gentle eyes locked on Ye Chen's trembling, brother Chen, is bound to the breast lock, but the dark clouds are over the city, and the bloody battle in the arena is about to break out. Suddenly I heard that the official blood text intervened, the projection of the emergency investigation team has arrived, the Iron Blood Alliance's revenge legions have gathered, and the compensation list has been announced, Shadow Dragon Guard is at the top. The red eyes flashed again in the black mist, and murderous intent surged. The sky of the arena exploded with thunder, and the space vortex swallowed the edge of the forest edge camp like a black hole. The metallic teleportation light beam buzzed and roared, piercing the eardrums and shaking the brain. The tip of Ye Chen's sword struck the ground with a clang echo, and the projections of thousands of masters from the God's Pet Alliance poured into the center of the arena like a sand. The stone bricks in the sky crunched under their feet, and the air was filled with the strange smell of rust, blood, and gold coins. The 5,000 legions of the Iron Blood Alliance have already occupied the high platform on the opposite side. The tank shield wall rumps like the top of a mountain. The giant red shield with an HP of 25,000 and in defense of 3,000 by 100 reflects the sun's glare like a knife. The shadows of assassins swish across the sky to surround them. The white light of the priest preheats the milk and spreads wildly in a 5,000 range. The projection of the iron-blooded deputy leader's bull roar is huge, and the sound is accompanied by a metallic buzzing throughout the entire venue. Ye Chen is a bastard. Thousands of people in the God's favored alliance are paperless. I have full control of the intelligence of the inner ghost. Thousands of assassins will ambush your core at the beginning, and tanks will crush the shared buff. In the first round of the guild competition, the whole server has exceeded 1 billion viewers, and the chat is red, 5,000 iron-blooded versus 1,000 God-loved people, 5:1 disadvantage. The Shadow Dragon Guard's sudden wealth cannot withstand the insider, and the exchange rate will increase and they will go bankrupt. Ye Chen's eyes locked on the iron-blooded formation like a sword, and his mind was spinning like a chessboard. The inner ghost infiltrated the Sanren alliance, thousands of assassins ambushed the flanks, tanks were pressing hard from the front, the priest's logistics milk lock was impeccable, the disadvantage was 5:1, the investigation team's red lock debuff froze 20% of the output, however. Shadow Dragon's all-server buff plus 100% is all critical hits, Chen Feng's tank magic weapon has a superposition of 2000 defense, Jier's milk burst has a range of 5000, and Mu Shui penetrates and crits 6000. Delaying the start, Shadow Dragon controls the field in a large area to eliminate the inner ghosts, reversing the trend. He spoke in a low voice on the team channel. Brother Feng is on top of the shield wall, Jie is locked in the core circle, Mu Xuecheng is a flanking assassin, and Yu Yan's Shadow Dragon Pulse controls the field, live broadcast across all servers. The intelligence battle is overwhelming. Chen Feng bent his knees and held up the shield, and it shattered. Brick, HP 15,000 plus full health bar, new shield defense 2000 reflected red light like fire, his eyes were bulging with sweat rolling down his forehead, his voice was hoarse and he shouted, "Boss. The tank will always be on top, but their HP is 25,000 x 100 people are taunting me, preventing 3,000 armor-piercing DOT from stacking, and persisting in the opening 30 seconds. Yiji's staff warms up with a tsunami of white light, milk volume plus 5,000, range 500 yards, ever-moving purple robe shines, her watery eyes tremble and lock leaves. Chen, with a gentle and soft voice full of panic, Brother Chen. I am bound to the breast lock, but the iron-blooded priest has 5,000 breasts to suppress me. Although the MP pool is permanently debuffed and frozen by 20%, the red-eyed remnant's projection sneaks into the side of the field and is full of rotten juice. The countdown of the game was beeping loudly, and the system's golden words shook the screen. In the first round of the guild competition, God's Pet Alliance versus Iron-Blooded Alliance, the battle begins. Thousands of iron-blooded assassins, swish, ghosts erupted, with 1,500 agility, 7,000 critical hits, and 7,000 poisonous DOTs like black rain pouring down. Mu Shui sneaked through and just flashed, ding, to lock half of them, and the dagger exploded after hitting 6,000 for 3 kills in a row. She sprayed blood mist and was laughed at by the crowd. Her HP bar of 14,400 dropped by 30%. Her cold face was twisted and her bangs were soaked in cold sweat. She whispered to the team private channel and trembled, "Captain." The inner ghost assassin penetrated the scattered tanks of the God's Pet Alliance. 1,000 people ambushed the flanks and killed 200 people in an instant. Agility overwhelmed me by 20%, poison DOT 1500/second. The 30,000 HP 30,000 tank of the 1,000-man expert of the God's Pet Alliance was supposed to be crushed, but the intelligence of the inner ghost targeted its weakness. The shield wall cracked and turned gray with a bang. The scattered projections knelt down and cried, "Help, leader." Iron-blooded inner ghost, the HP lock is reduced by 50%, we are level 30. Returning to the level 20 miscreant. The whole server chat taunted Hailang, the Divine Pet Alliance collapsed at the beginning. 200 people died, the iron-blooded assassin harvester, Ye Chen shared the buff joke. The iron-blooded Vice Alliance laughed wildly, and the sound was shocking, Ye Chen dog. The traitor GM bought the information, we will lock up the competitive points, and you will be reduced to ashes. Ye Chen's heart sank, and the psychological game was like lightning, GM bribed. Lin Yuyan's intelligence genius, black market trader confirmation, delayed the assassin wave, Shadow Dragon controlled the field and eliminated the roots, and Chen Feng charged to cut off the priest's milk line. With a wave of his sword, the divine slashing golden arc charged, buzzing, and suppressed the sound of the sword. The panel with 330% total resistance and 200% bug immunity flashed with purple gold. The team channel shouted, Yu Yan. Shadow Dragon Pulse controls the whole field, Feng Ge's dragon scales charge the priest's back row, Jie's holy healing tsunami suppresses DOT, Mu Shui's inner ghost locks in, reversal. Lin Yuyan hugged Young Wolf's level 9 auxiliary panel and clicked madly. Shadow Dragon SSS Void Restart Dragon Blue Scale, Boom, Roar Dragon Roar Sky Shattering, Attack 10,000 Panel Red Explosion, Dragon Wing Fan, Pop, Thundercloud Vortex Swallowing Black Mist Red-Eyed Remaining Party, Unlock Server-Wide Shared Buff Pulse Spread, Bang Bang, like fireworks exploding golden arcs shooting out. Controlling the field 1,000 yards freezing iron-blooded assassin agility minus 100% critical hit return to 0. Her pretty face turned pale and she screamed in ecstasy, with tears streaming down her face. The information map exploded in blood, brother's magic machine. The Shadow Dragon Pulse controls the whole audience, the Iron-Blooded Assassin CD is locked infinitely, the Insider GM bribed the black market screenshots of the evidence, the whole server live broadcast is exposed. The server-wide chat reversed, the Shadow Dragon's magic skill to control the field. The Iron-Blooded Assassin is petrified, agility 0 critical hit 0, Ye Chen outwit the Insider. The Iron-Blooded Deputy Alliance's bullseyes bulged, the projection was distorted and beads of sweat rolled wildly, and the voice changed from laughing to shaking and shouting, impossible. How to lock the GM intelligence. The tanks are pressing up, and the HP 25,000 crowd is taunting the Shadow Dragon. Chen Feng's shield hit the front line and his knees shattered to the ground. The Dragon Scale Charge Golden Light exploded with power of 600 plus defense 2000 and reflected the red light like fire. He roared in the team channel, boss. It's hard to withstand it. The Priest's Milk line is broken, and the Iron-Blooded back row lost 30 HP, but the tank DOT stack exploded and my HP was left at 50%. Yiji's Holy Healing White Light Tsunami, squeaked, across the field, milk volume plus 5000 range, 500 yard permanent pressure debuff stack, divine staff plus 300% purple robe shining like in the Holy Sea, her eyes widened with tears of joy and she rushed to embrace Chen Feng. Her warm and soft body was fragrant and mixed with blood and earth. Drawing the air, the dagger's critical hit is 6000, which penetrates 100% of the poisonous DOT and the iron-blooded inner ghost's projection. The cold red lips raised her eyebrows and relaxed, and she smiled in the private message, Captain. The inner ghost's forward is grayed out, and the 1000-man assassin is 30% disabled. I'll be the harvester. Ye Chen mentally sneered, Iron Blood's opening pressure has been broken, Shadow Dragon controls the field and kills assassins, Chen Feng cuts off the milk line, Jie has invincible milk pressure, Mu Shui clears the ghost, the battle ends in one wave. His body shape is like electricity, his agility is 1300 burst, divine slash, 10,000 x 20 consecutive cuts, golden arc dancing, boom, tearing apart the Iron Blood tank shield wall, blood mist fountain, crash, rotten juice splashing on the ground, sizzling, corroding through the masonry, strength 1400, total resistance 330%, hard to withstand group ridicule, counter-killing 50 tanks, snap. The Shadow Dragon's dragon wings fly and swoop down to devour full data, the blue and black electric arc vortex grunt swallows the HP of the iron-blooded remnant, and the stable pulse CD returns to 0 and the permanent buff spreads to the entire alliance to increase critical strike by 100%. Thousands of experts from the God's Pet Alliance were resurrected and their firepower exploded. Tanks had 30,000 HP, 8,000 assassins, and assassins had 10,000 critical hits. Like a pack of wolves, they counterattacked. The formation of the Iron-Blooded Legion collapsed with a boom and waves of earth splashed everywhere. The projection of the Iron-Blooded Vice Alliance knelt down and trembled. His eyes were wide open and he was sweating like rain. His voice was hoarse and intermittent, Ye Chen, a monster. The whole server shares the control of the field with the divine pet. The tanks are 80% gray. We have only 5,000 and only 1,000, surrender. The whole server watched the battle and screamed loudly, the divine pet alliance reversed. Ye Chen killed a wave of 50 kills, and the Shadow Dragon Pulse controlled the whole game. The competitive points were exploded for the first time. The system's giant golden characters scrolled with "ding ding" to celebrate, the Divine Pet Alliance won the first round. Competitive points plus 50,000, total 65,000, the entire team's equipment was upgraded to the God's Domain set plus all attributes plus 200%, and the rare treasure chest was opened with 10 Divine Pet Fragments x 10. Clusters of golden light rained down on the arena, and the earthy golden fragrance hit your nostrils. The panel of the God's Pet Alliance exploded with purple gold. Ye Chen's dragon scale wristbands had strength plus 100, agility plus 140, total resistance increased to 530%, and the ultimate fusion of the collapsed talisman with divine domain immunity was 300%. Chen Feng's new shield with 3,000 defense plus 20,000 HP. Bull's-eye roared in ecstasy, big god. Tanks crushed 5,000, armor penetration and no damage, the guild took off to dominate. Yi Ji's milk volume skyrocketed plus 8,000, the range was 800 yards, she cried with joy and hugged Ye Chen softly and trembled, brother Chen is invincible. The milk god locks the whole server, and the bond will last forever. Lin Yuyan danced wildly on the black market panel, the young wolf assists the shadow dragon with a new fragment, and screams in a high-pitched voice, brother exposes the mole. It is revealed that Iron-Blooded bought GM for 10 billion black gold, and guilds across the server flocked to join. The reputation of the Gods Favor Alliance exploded to 20,000, and the master of 1,000 people rose to 10,000. Mu Shui sneered with a dagger, the captain is perfect, the mole is all grey, and the Iron-Blooded guild is disbanded. Guild projections from all over the server kneeled down and licked like a flood, except me from God's Pet Alliance. 8,000 licks for reputation, 100 million competitive points as dividends, and shared buffs to dominate the nightmare. Thousands of people from the individual alliance poured into the Shashak guild. The guild's panel was so golden that the exchange rate rose by another 1:150 and the real person became rich. The projection of the remnants of the Iron-Blooded party distorted and wailed, and the deputy alliance trembled before turning to ashes. Ye Chen, legend, Iron-Blooded surrender. The red lock projected by the investigation team buzzed and dissipated, and the official yellow text compensation was added, amnesty of the gods favored alliance, hidden rewards are waiting to be revealed. Ye Chen's sword was sheathed with a muffled clang, and the murderous aura in his eyes swept across the audience and became solid, and the psychological game turned to look forward to. The qualifiers of the full server competition are coming, the official hidden reward. Exclusive to the God's Domain server, the final boss in the heart of the red-eyed tree. The team channel spoke in a low voice, celebrating the black market trading, preparing for the competition, all surrender, surrender. The red eyes with thousands of points on the edge of the black mist roared, Gulu, the rotten juice dripped, Zizi, the wind and thunder were faint outside the arena, and murderous intent surged again. The black fog outside the arena is billowing like boiling ink. Thousands of red eyes are roaring and whispering, and rotten juice is dripping down the stone bricks, emitting green smoke and a pungent stench. It goes straight into the nose and makes people feel stomach acid. The giant golden clock of the system buzzed and counted down to the sky, and the golden announcement of the preliminaries of the all-server competition exploded on the screen like thunder, God's Pet Alliance versus Thunder Alliance. In the first preliminaries, 100,000 viewers exceeded 100 million, and the road to the King of Points is opened. Thousands of people in the Thunder Alliance's projection boomed and hit the competitive dome. The lightning chain cracks and the whip hits the air with a burning smell. The tank has 40,000 HP and can defend against 5,000 by 500 iron walls, the assassin has 2,000 agility, 12,000 crit, and 12,000 shadow thunder instant kill warm-up, and the priest has 10,000 thunder healing power and sprinkles blue electricity all over the place. Thunder League leader Thunder Lion's projection roared and thundered in his ears, Ye Chen is a god's pet. Thousands of people will be locked in the Thunder Network to share the buff, and the intelligence of the inner ghost will be upgraded. We will lock the pre-selection points in seconds at the beginning of the Shadow Dragon Core. We will turn your 10,000-person guild into ashes. The whole server chat was red and red, it was a fluke in the first round of the God's Pet Alliance. Thunder's 10,000 HP crushed 65,000 points. Even the 150:1 increase in the exchange rate can't save it, Ye Chen is finished. Ye Chen's sword eyebrows were slightly furrowed, and his eyes scanned the iron wall of thunder, and his mind was running like an abyss. The Thunder Net debuff slowed down 80% and locked the agility, the tank had 5,000 armor penetration and no solution, the assassin's shadow thunder instantly killed and penetrated the divine domain set. The investigation team granted amnesty to hide BF is not enabled, Shadow Dragon fragments his team channel was low-pitched, Brother Feng is holding the thunder net on the iron wall, Jie is pressing the milk with thunder therapy, Mu Shui is locking the alliance leader, and Yu Yan is sharing the power of the Shadow Dragon. live broadcast exposure. Chen Feng held the new shield on his knees and cracked the ground, HP 20,000 plus defense 3,000 plus strength 600 plus God's domain sets health bar was full of red light. The tanks taunted me, and the DOT lightning strike minus 2,000 per second stacked, and the health bar dropped by 60% for 10 seconds. Ye Ji's staff white light holy healing preheating milk plus 8,000 range 800 yards, her watery eyes trembled, and Ye Chen said in a panic, Brother Chen, the lightning treatment suppresses my MP, but the whole range debuff freezes 30% of the output. Ding ding. The golden bell exploded at the beginning of the war, and the thunder assassin Wanning, swish, the thunder light burst out with a critical hit of 12,000 like a downpour of lightning. The gods' favorite alliance forward tanked HP 30,000, crack, turned into ashes and sprayed blood mist. However, the master was left with 40% of his HP by shadow thunder. His cold face was distorted and he was soaked in cold sweat. He whispered privately and trembled, Captain. Agility beats me by 50%. Thunder Lion's HP is 50,000 and the shield is unbreakable. The whole server laughed, God's pet collapsed. Thousands of people in Thunder killed 500 in an instant. Ye Chen shared the joke, and the guild disbanded. Thunder Lion laughed wildly and shook the soul, Ye Chen dog. Intelligence GM Black Gold upgrade, ThunderNet is locked forever. Ye Chen's heart sank to the bottom, and the power of divine slash was buzzing and suppressed. Lin Yuyan hugged the young wolf and clicked on the panel of the shadow dragon's blue scales, boom. The dragon roared into the sky, attacking 10,000 plus fragments and fused with the dragon wings. Lin Yuyan's pretty face turned pale and she screamed in ecstasy and burst into tears, Brother, God. Shadow dragon sharing plus 200%, tank HP 60,000, defense 6,000, assassin critical hit 24,000, ThunderNet debuff backlash lock it down. Chen Feng's blood bar returned to full dragon scales and he charged with a bang to tear through the thunder wall. One ride was like 1,000 shields and 100 tanks were turned into gray. Thousands of people, Thunder DOT has returned to zero, my breasts are full. Ye Ji's holy therapy tsunami exploded with a burst of thunder therapy's milk volume of 16,000 and a range of 1,600 yards. She burst into tears and hugged Chen Feng, her eyes round and soft, trembling, Brother Feng, the magic tank. Sharing the tits with the audience, Pastor Lei knelt down after running out of MP. Mushue's dagger hit 12,000 plus with 200% penetration and instantly killed thousands of people. Her cold red lips raised a sneer in the private message, the captain is perfect, the leader's shield is broken. Thousands of red eyes flashed in the depths of the black mist, the rotten roar, thunder penetrated the ears, the cracks in the ground, Gulu, devoured the guild's newcomer data, and the pungent stench became stronger. The investigation team projected an icy glance, the battle is allowed, and those who violate it will be banned. Ye Chen's eyes were like a sword, and the tip of the sword struck the ground with a dull clang, and the clusters of gold coins shimmered with murderous intent. The Team Channel live broadcast started, the whole server is watching, the first battle of the Gods' Pet Alliance, Iron Blood, come on. In the second pre-selection battle, the Wind Blade Guild's 8,000 projections, were the Wind Blades dancing wildly, cutting the air, screaming and bloody warm-up, the Wind King's HP 45,000, Agility 2,500 Wind Blades DOT 3,000/second, overwhelming the environment. Wind King taunted, Ye Chen is lucky. The Wind Lock debuff reduces defense by 90%, and 8,000 instant kills are shared. At the beginning, the HP of the individual members of the Gods' Pet Alliance lost 70%, and the dust became dazzling. Of stacked, all attributes of the Gods' Pet Alliance were plus 400% and the panel was red. Chen Feng charged with 1,000 horses and smashed the Wind King's back row with a power of 2,400 and defense of 12,000 without any damage. Bullseye roared in ecstasy, shared stack explosion. The Wind Lock bites me forever. Mu Shui assassinated the Wind Sting Core and hit 48,000, penetrating the instant gray, and sneered, locked. The wind guild collapsed, and its points soared to 265,000. In the third battle, Frost Empire's $10,000 million projection, Tikka, Ice Arena was frosty and bone-piercing. Ice Emperor had 50,000 HP, 6,000 defense, and 15,000 ice control milk locks. The Ice Emperor smiled ferociously. Ye Chen is at his end. The ice prison will freeze forever, agility 0, crush it at 50,000. The tanks of the Divine Pet Alliance froze and turned 1,000 people into ashes. Ye Jinai couldn't hold back her eyes and burst into tears. Brother Chen, the frozen debuff MP is locked. The whole server was in despair. The Divine Pet has lost 3 consecutive games. The Ice Emperor is invincible. Lin Yuyan screamed. Shadow Dragon's ultimate pulse shared plus 600% critical hit. The Wolf Auxiliary Burst Dragon Wing Swallowing Ice Cloud Golu data was fully loaded, and the God's Pet Alliance Assassin hit 72,000 tank HP and 90,000 like a god. Mu Shui ghosted through the ice prison to assassinate the Ice Emperor's core. Whoosh turned the core of the Ice Emperor into ashes. He raised his cold eyebrows and said, "Perfect." Chen Feng's shield wall hit 1,000 tanks with a boom, and the ice shattered. His sweat evaporated and he roared, "Boss Divine Pet." Sharing the stack of invincibility, the Ice Emperor kneels. The points exceeded 365,000 and he went straight to the finals. The giant golden bell in the finals buzzed and shocked the soul. God's Pet Alliance vs. Iron-Blooded Remnant Party Headquarters. Iron-Blooded reorganized tens of thousands of people, and the Deputy Alliance resurrected the Bull Roar intelligence to pinpoint the weakness of the Shadow Dragon. The Iron-Blooded headquarters projected a bang, and the Blood-Red fortress fell down. The tank had 55,000 HP and defended against the 7,000 by 1,000 Blood Rage buff, and the assassin was agile 2,200 crits for 15,000 poison blood dot, and the Bull Roar projection roared loudly, "Ye Chen." Resurrection from the blood sacrifice at the headquarters, GM Black Gold Ultimate, Shadow-Locking Dragon Pulse CD Infinite, Final Destruction. The whole server has 1 billion viewers watching the Blood Red Scroll, Iron Blood Rebirth. Divine Pet sharing is invalid, Ye Chen is dead, the exchange rate collapsed. At the beginning, the Iron-Blooded tank's Blood Fury pressure overpowered the God's favored alliance forwards, who were grayed out for 2,000. Pa, the blood mist filled the air with rancid smell. Chen Feng lost 80% of his HP and knelt down and yelled, "Boss." The blood rage penetrates the defense dot 5,000/second, and it can't withstand 10,000 people. Mu Shui's assassin wave had 10 HP left. Percent trembling in cold sweat, Captain, the agility lock, the Bull Roar body protection has no solution. Yiji's milk burst could not suppress the freezing of the holy treatment, and her water eyes were desperate. Brother Chen, the whole team's health bar has returned to 0. The whole server mocked the peak. The final of the Divine Pet collapsed. The Iron-Blooded headquarters is invincible, and Ye Chen's legend is shattered. Ye Chen's eyes exploded like a sword. The god's favorite shadow dragon finally awakened. Rumble, the void restarted, the dragon roar shattered the blood castle. Fragments the purple gold sun on the panel soars into the sky. The strength is 3,000, the agility is 2,880, the total resistance is 1,030%, the divine slash, 20,000 x 50 consecutive cuts. The golden arc dances wildly with boom, 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 and tears through thousands of shield walls of blood fury tanks. The blood fountain clatters, and the rotten blood splashes on the ground, sizzling, and corrodes through the 1,000-meter deep pit. Lin Yuyan screamed in ecstasy and hugged the wolf cub. Brother is the ultimate. The shadow dragon swallows and locks the blood and rages, sharing plus 1,000% tank HP 200,000 defense unlimited. Chen Feng's blood-filled dragon scales and bull's eyes bulging out roared, the boss explodes. One ride will cause no harm, iron-blooded ashing. Yiji's milk plus 16,000 range of infinite joy and tears embraces Ye Chenwen's soft body and mixed blood mist, Brother Chen. The bond of milk locks eternal life. Mu Shue's crit hit 144,000 and penetrated the cow's roar projection, sneering and trembling with admiration. Captain, legend. 10,000 people in the God's Pet Alliance were transformed into God's army tanks, HP 200,000, milk 32,000, assassins critical hits, 200,000 wolves, and a wave of wolves destroyed the iron-blooded headquarters. Boom, the blood fortress collapsed, and dust and blood filled the sky. The bull roared and knelt down, trembling. The cow's eyes widened with fear and sweat like a waterfall. He shouted, Ye Chen, the ultimate divine pet, iron-blooded and eternally gray, surrender. The system's golden light rain swishes, and the golden incense pungent, the Divine Pet Alliance won the all-server competition. The legendary title, Void Overlord, is exclusive to Ye Chen, and the top dungeon, Ultimate Illusion, permission is unlocked. The whole team's divine domain set plus 500% attribution, the points exceeded 1 million and the reputation reached 100,000. The whole server guild knelt down and licked the golden light into the sky. The number of individual masters exceeded 50,000 and they worshipped and cried, Alliance God. Share plus 1000% nightmare, join the lick screen exchange rate 200:1 and become rich. The black market trader Lin Yuyan danced and received a bonus of 1 billion, and the team cheered Ye Chen with tears. The 10,000-person firepower of the God's Pet Alliance was crushed by tanks with 60,000 HP. The assassins' 24,000 crit harvesters counterattacked like a wolf tide. The thunder array collapsed and, boom, thunderclouds scattered and scorched earth hit their noses. The thunder lion projection knelt down and trembled with fear, saying, Monsters, share plus 200% of the beating, surrender. The system, ding ding, first win in the pre-selection of the God's Pet Alliance. Points plus 100,000, total 165,000. The server-wide chat reversed and screamed, Shadow Dragon shares magical skills. Ye Chen reverses a wave, and the thunder turns to ashes. The black mist gurgled and swallowed up the arena dome like a living thing. The rotten juice sizzled through the stone bricks, sending up a pungent moldy stench that penetrated the nose. Thousands of red eyes flashed in the mist, growling and whispering like ghosts weeping. The roots of thousands of meters of tree shadows loomed and cracked the air with a burning smell. The giant golden clock of the system buzzed and counted down to the soul, and the whole server announced a blood-red explosion on the screen. The ultimate fantasy world copy is opened. The void roots of Tree Heart Boss are regenerated, and global server integration hides the National War Preview. The Partition Alliance fights, the first challenge of the Divine Pet Alliance, 1 billion viewers exceeded 2 billion. The whole server chat went crazy with green waves. It's a fluke that the Divine Pet Alliance won the championship. Tree Heart HP 5000000 Defense 200000 Root Control DOT 10.000/second debuff shared across the server. Ye Chen's level 30 God's domain suit also turned gray, and the 50,000 guild members knelt and licked their dreams to wake up. The remnants of the iron-blooded party resurrected with blood-red roars, and the sound was rotten and bloody, Ye Chen. 10,000 people from the foreign server of the iron-blooded empire invaded the headquarters, and the Tree Heart intelligence locked the weakness of the Shadow Dragon. The national war wiped out the clan, and the exchange rate collapsed. Ye Chen's sword eyebrows are locked, his eyes are like abyss and he sweeps the black fog. His mental operation is, the roots in the heart of the tree regenerate the infinite HP pool, the void vortex sucks the agility minus 90% output to zero, the divine domain set plus 500% total resistance, 1030% can't withstand the DOT stack explosion. The Shadow Dragon's ultimate pulse CD lock, the team must compete for level 30 to upgrade to 50 plus props, first suppress the roots to control the field, and investigate the weakness reversal. His team channel shouted, Brother Feng's dragon scale roots are ridiculed by the crowd, Jier's holy treatment suppresses DOT, Mu Shui sneaks and locks the core of the Tree Heart, and Yu Yan's young wolf assists the Shadow Dragon to charge up. The live broadcast of the whole server exposes the weaknesses. Chen Feng's new shield clicked, and the ground cracked a new hole. HP 200000 plus anti-infinite power 2400 plus God's domain dragon scale health bar was full of golden light and exploded. He was awesome, eyes bulging, sweat bulging on forehead, horse shouting, boss. DOT 10,000/second stack. My blood bar and my health bar dropped by 80%, my knees will be broken if I hold on for 5 seconds. Ye Chen staff white holy light preheated milk plus 16,000 has unlimited range. Her eyes trembled and locked onto Ye Chen with a soft voice filled with panic. Brother Chen, the void vortex MP is locked, and the bonded milk cannot hold down the whole team and freeze. Ding ding. The golden gate of the copy exploded with a boom. The 1,000-meter-long trunk of the boss tree in the black mist clicked and regenerated its roots like 10,000 pythons dancing wildly. The 50,000 projection assault tanks of the God's Pet Alliance with HP 200,000 pop turned into ashes and sprayed 1,000 faces of blood mist and sprayed with the smell of burnt meat and mixed with rotten juice. The Sanren Master knelt down and cried, "Leader. Roots field control agility minus 90%, our assassin's critical hit will be reduced to 0, and 10,000 people will die to start the game." Mu Shui ghostly flashed, ding, to lock the heart of the tree, but the core was sucked by the vortex, leaving 20% of his HP, and his cold face twisted. Chu was soaked in cold sweat and whispered privately, trembling, "Captain. My agility is 70%, and the tree heart shield has an unbreakable HP of 5 million. The whole server laughed at the peak. God's pet first collapses. The tree heart regenerates infinitely, Ye Chen's sharing fails, and the 50,000 Ashes Guild is disbanded. The hollow roar in the heart of the tree is like thunder, shaking the soul, Ye Chen bug. The roots are locked forever, and the national war is ashes. Ye Chen's heart falls into the abyss. God/accumulates power, buzz buzz, suppressed like muffled thunder. Lin Yuyan hugs the young wolf and frantically clicks the panel. Shadow dragon's blue-black scales, boom, roars dragon chant tearing the fog. Attack 20,000 plus ultimate fragments all merge into dragon wings. Pa pa, devouring roots data, gurgle, fully loaded vortex reverse. Unlock SSS plus divine skill. Void root source devour, server-wide shared buff, bang bang bang, purple-black electric arc. Fireworks explode and scatter, range full illusion realm 5,000 yards all attributes plus 2,000% regeneration immune perpetual motion diffusion, divine pet alliance panel divine light like the sun rushing to the sky. Lin Yuyan's pretty face turns pale instantly then wildly joyful screaming with tears flying, hugging the young wolf, brother god descends. Shadow Dragon devours tree heart root source, shared plus 2000% tank HP 500000 defense infinite, assassin critical hit 400,000, roots debuff backlash locked dead regeneration. Chen Feng's health bar forever full dragon scales charge, boom, tearing 10,000 roots power 4800 plus one man against 1,000 shield smashes tree trunk 1,000 faces, crack crack crack, wood chips blood juice splattering everywhere. His bull eyes glare round like copper bells wildly joyful bull roar, boss invincible explosive. Defense infinite no damage topping void, DOT return to 0 I heal explosive eternal life. Ye Zhi's holy heal tsunami, whoosh 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 overwhelms the vortex heal amount 32,000 range 5,000 yards, she with joyful tears hugs Chen Feng, water eyes round glare warm soft trembling screaming, Feng bro forever topping god. Bond shared heal lock server wide, tree heart MP depleted roots shatter. Mu Shui's dagger critical hit 400,000 penetration 400% instantly kills roots core, cold and beautiful red lips raise wildly laughing in private chat, Captain Perfect, tree heart shield shatters. Divine Pet Alliance 50,000 transforms into Divine Army Tank HP 500000 crushing roots, Assassin 400,000 critical hit harvesting like Dragon Tide counterattack, black fog collapses, boom, rotten juice evaporates dry scorched earth pungent scattering everywhere. Tree Heart's tree trunk kneels trembling, crack crack, cracks 10,000 paths void low roars turn to despair wail, impossible. Root source devours locks my regeneration, Ye Chen monster. System ding ding ding, golden light flashes explosively, Divine Pet Alliance kills Tree Heart first boss. First clear divine artifact Void Heart X full team, God level upgrade item, server-wide pulse crystal unlocked, full team level surges 50+, values shared boost all attributes plus 5,000%, guild prestige breaks 500,000 with hundreds of thousands of people. Server-wide chat reverses wild tide, shadow dragon divine skill devour. Ye Chen first clear heaven-defying, 50,000 divine army ashes tree heart, worship alliance leader exchange rate soars 300:1. Ye Chen's sword falls, clang, wood chips blood juice splatter on boots, God eyes sweep the team with hot tears hugging cluster, Lin Yuyan's panel wildly jumps black market operation, beep beep, gold coins rain, rustle, smashes down dividends surge 50 billion, her pretty face flushes red hugging Ye Chen wildly joyful trembling, brother empire. Server-wide shared plus 5,000% divine artifacts full body, black market currency at peak 10,000 experts lick screen to join, wealth breaks trillion reality exchange. Chen Feng's bull eyes moist kneel shield roar, boss. Level 50 HP 10000000 defense 50,000 strength 10,000 plus dragon scales divine artifact 1 man against 10,000, guild nightmare eternally dominant. Yi Ji's purple robe divine light flashes heal amount 64,000 range infinite water eyes tears collapse hugging Ye Chen's body fragrance mixed with wood chips fresh, Chen bro void overlord. Bond heal god full team undying, prestige 500,000 kneel lick tide. Mu Shui's dagger drips blood cold and beautiful eyebrows raise in worship whispering, captain. Legendary first clear, national war invincible. Ultimate illusion realm depths golden bell, buzz buzz, shakes again, server-wide announcement thunder pierces ears, hidden national war opens. Server partitions against, Asia server Europe server America server alliance tree heart remnants revive, Iron Blood Empire cross-region invades divine pet alliance main city, Iron Blood Bull Roar alliance foreign server 50,000 tanks HP 800000 blood rage plus 10,000%. Assassin critical hit 500,000 poison diode, preview points King Road. Server-wide 10 billion spectators blood red scrolling, Iron Blood reorganizes foreign server divine army. Divine pet shared plus 5,000% hold cross-region, Ye Chen national war dominate or ashes fly. Bull roar projection blood red revives roaring rotten blood stench pouncing, Ye Chen. Empire Alliance GM ultimate black gold, Tree Heart Roots Intel Upgrade Locks Shadow Dragon, Main City Destroy, Exchange Rate Return to Zero. The black fog surged outside the City of God's beloved alliance again, the red-eyed, Gulu, growled intensified, the cross-region projection of the iron-blooded empire, bang, smashed down the blood castle of Wanwu tank, and the blood rage pressure, pop, cracked the city wall, and the DOT rotten blood, sizzled, eroded through the blue bricks and filled the air with a pungent smell. Ye Chen in the team channel said in a low voice, Brother Phone will always stand up to the blood rage, Jier will lock up the whole city, Mu Shui is sneaking into the alliance leader, Yu Yan is manipulating the exchange rate on the black market to suppress the enemy's economy, Shadow Dragon devours and explodes again. Chen Feng's aegis clicked, and the city gate shattered into a new pit. HP 10000000 plus defense 50,000 bull roar, boss. Blood Rage DOT 20,000/second stack explosion, persist for 3 seconds and lose 90% of the health, kneel down edge. The whole server is taunting again, the war of God's beloved country is collapsing, the iron-blooded foreign server is crushed, the level 50 shared joke. The data of the Shadow Dragon Wing, Snap, is fully loaded, the ultimate swallowing plus 5,000% is shared by the whole server. The purple and gold sun and moon are shining together, the tank HP is 250,000, the assassin is critical, and the wolves are counterattacking. The bull roar projection kneels down and shakes the cow's eyes, sweating like rain and dying in despair and regret, Ye Chen, devoured the divine domain, served the alliance as gray, and iron-blooded will always regret surrendering. Lin Yuyan screamed and the dividend exceeded 10 billion. Brother won the first national war. The exchange rate is 500:1, and the empire has become rich, and 100,000 masters are crying to join. 50,000 divine soldiers in the city worshipped and knelt and licked. Sha Sha roared into the sky, and passers-by players stared and trembled in jealousy and yelled, "The leader of the Void Overlord." Sharing plus 5,000% nightmare, equipped with artifacts, the value is off the charts, we are so jealous that we are licking the screen. Ye Chen burst into tears and the warm soft fragrance hit her nostrils, Mu Shui sneered and her red lips trembled in admiration, Chen Feng roared and sweated like rain. Ye Chen's eyes scanned the void, the remaining roots in the heart of the tree were faintly regenerated, the abyss of the national war was filled with murderous intent, the black market's golden reign was incessant, and the legendary hegemony was about to begin. In the main city square, the ash-like dust mist is still slowly drifting away, mixed with the stench of burnt iron left after the collapse of the iron-blooded empire's blood fortress, which is so pungent that the passing individual players frown and cough. The sound of the 100,000 divine soldiers from the God's Pet Alliance knelt down to worship receded like a tide. The afterglow of golden light flickered on the panel. The reputation value was fixed at the peak of 500,000. The black market exchange rate was firmly locked at 500:1. The ding-ding of dividends per second was like a golden rain pouring into Lin Yuyan's backpack. Tens of billions of game coins were stacked into a mountain. After being exchanged for reality, the wealth has exceeded 100 billion. Her pretty face flushed, and she gasped while hugging the wolf cub. The wildly jumping numbers on the panel reflected her watery eyes, and she screamed tremblingly, "Brother, the wealth of the empire. The exchange rate is 500:1 and it is locked forever." Black market masters with 100,000 people are crying to join, and real-life mansions and airplanes can be bought at will. Ye Chen's soared eyebrows were slightly loosened, and his divine eyes scanned the cracks and scorch marks on the high wall of the main city. The heart of the void artifact pulsated and hummed in his chest. The plus 5,000% shared buff for all attributes made his divine domain's golden glow shine forever. His power exploded to 15,000 plus, and the power of divine slash was as suppressed as thunder. As the team burst into tears, he spoke in the team channel, "The celebration is suspended, the remnant roots of the tree are faintly regenerating, the remnant party of the National War Abyss Alliance is resurrected, Brother Feng inspects the defense line, Jie provides logistics, Mu Shui sneaks to detect the movements of the foreign servers, Yuyan manipulates the black market to suppress the enemy's economy, and the entire server alliance prepares for the war." Chen Feng wiped the sweat from his eyes with wet eyes, HP 250,000 plus dragon scale aegis with infinite defense, click, la, smashed the ground into a new pit, he knelt on the shield and roared hoarsely in ecstasy, "Boss. 100,000 blood rages forever, an invincible nightmare in the national war knee breaking, hold on." Ye Zhi's purple robe shines with divine light, and her milk volume is 640 unlimited range of holy therapy tsunami warmed up, she hugged Ye Chen with eyes wide open and tears of joy, her body fragrance mixed with sawdust was fresh and tangy, soft and trembling, Brother Chen is bound by the milk god. The whole team is immortal and full, and the logistics are perfect. The whole server announced a boom and thunder exploded on the blood-red screen, the national war has broken out. The Asian server, European server and American server have resurrected the Tree Heart Remnant Party Alliance, and the Black Gold GM's ultimate revenge from the headquarters of the Iron-Blooded Empire, 500,000 cross-region gods army tanks with HP 3,000,000 blood rage plus 20,000%, assassin critical hit 1,500,000 poison deal, 30,000 per second, target god's favorite league main city points King Road. 1 billion views exceeded 3 billion. The chat channel Green Wave taunted the peak, God's Pet wins for the first time by chance. Sharing plus 5,000% can't withstand the 500,000 black gold in the foreign server, Ye Chen's Shadow Dragon CD lock flies away, the main city's exchange rate is reduced to 0, and the guild is disbanded. Passers-by players stared in jealousy and yelled at the projection, and the black mist outside the main city once again surged with red eyes. Gulu gulu, rotting juice, sizzling, corrodes the air and fills the air with a musty smell. The iron-blooded remnant party roars with blood-red resurrection and roars, Ye Chen bug. The black gold ultimate tank blood fury dot explodes in your divine domain, and the 500,000 alliance annihilates the war king. Mu Shui's cold and charming red lips slightly pursed, ghostly figure, whoosh, sneaked and disappeared, agility exploding table 20,000 plus with 400% penetration dagger faintly cold light. She privately messaged in a low voice with trembling worship, Captain. Reconnaissance activated, foreign server black gold fortress projection smashes down, 500,000 tanks lined up with blood rage pressing on top, assassin Diode cloud locks agility minus 95%, tree heart residual roots assist in infinite HP pool regeneration. Screen shared to team channel, black mist inside 10,000 meters of blood sea surging, tanks HP 3000000 red bar full loaded with bull roars shaking soul, assassins shadows like insect swarms, buzzing, whispering poison mist spreading in stabbing lungs. Chen Feng's bull eyes bulging with forehead sweat wildly spraying, dragon scale divine shield on top of city wall, cracks intensifying, he hoarsely roared, boss. Blood rage plus 20,000% strength presses my defense line knees shattering, minus 30,000 per second stacking explosion persist 2 seconds blood off 95%, entire city defense line edge. Yiji's staff white holy light preheating milk pressure, but MP locked with water eyes panic trembling, Chen bro. Poison dot range entire city, shackles milk 64,000 can't hold 50,000 stacks freezing. All server mockery waves like knives, iron blood black gold revenge. Divine pet 50 level shared joke, foreign server alliance crushes main city gray, Ye Chen legendary dream wakes up kneeling to lick. Divine pet alliance 100,000 divine army tanks HP 250,000 lined up on city head, smack, blood rage whip strikes graying thousands of faces, scorched meat smell mixed with rotten juice assaulting nose, scattered experts kneeling and crying, alliance leader. Agility minus 95% output returns to 0, die 100,000 at start. Ye Chen's heart sinking into abyss, buzzing, charging and suppressing, Lin Yuyan hugging young wolf madly clicking panel shadow dragon blue-black scales, boom, violent roar dragon chant tearing mist, dragon wings, smack, devouring black gold data full loaded, ultimate divine skill, void root devour upgrades all server shared plus 6,500% light yellow, bang, purple black electric arc fireworks exploding and scattering, range entire illusion realm 10,000 yards all attributes. Violently rising regeneration immune perpetual motion diffusion. Lin Yuyan's pretty face deathly pale instantly wildly joyful screaming tears flying, brother god explosion. Shadow dragon devours black gold root, shared plus 6,500% tanks HP 400,000 defense infinite, assassins critical hit 2 million, blood rage debuff backlash locks dot. Chen Feng's blood bar eternally full dragon scale charge, boom, tearing 10,000 tank strength 20,000 plus 1 man against 500,000 shield smashing blood fortress thousands of faces, crack, iron scraps and blood juice splashing everywhere, his bull eyes glaring round like copper bells wildly roaring with steaming sweat, boss invincible exploding table. Defense infinite no damage topping blood rage, dot returns to 0 I milk explosion eternal life knees topping entire line. Yiji's holy therapy tsunami, whoosh, crushing poison cloud milk amount 100,000 range 10,000 yards, she joyful tears hugging Chen foam with water eyes round and soft screaming, foam bro eternally topping god. Shackles shared milk locks all server alliance, iron blood MP depleted blood bar shattered. Mu Shui's dagger critical hit 2 million penetration instantly kills black gold core, cold and charming face twisted wildly laughing privately, Captain Perfect, black gold shield shattered 500,000 grain. Shadow dragon skill covers entire battlefield, dragon wings data devouring like black hole, gurgle, absorbing blood rage dot reversal, divine pet alliance 100,000 transformed super divine army tanks HP 400,000 crushing lined up, assassins 2 million critical hits harvesting like dragon tide counterattack, black mist collapsing, boom, Rotten juice evaporating dry scorched earth pungent scattering. Team channel Ye Chen deeply drinks coordinating, all server alliance follow up. Asia server Europe server players shared plus 6,500% firepower pressing on top, Ye Chen black market locks enemy supplies, shadow dragon pulse explode again. Lin Yuyan operates, beep beep, gold coins locking iron blood economy, enemy panel red text wildly jumping logistics collapsing. Iron blood black gold GM bull roar projection kneeling trembling, crack crack, cracks 10,000 paths, voice wave breaking gasping despair wailing, Ye Chen monster. Root devour locks my black gold, 500,000 alliance gray flying and submitting. System ding ding ding, golden light exploding flash. Divine Pet Alliance National War Reversal Multiple Fields. Defeat Iron Blood Alliance First Win, Values rising another 150%, Entire Team Level 60+, All Attributes plus 11,500%, Guild Prestige breaking 1 million people 50,000, Divine Artifact, National War Crown X Entire Team, Black Market Dividends violently rising 500 billion. The whole server chat reversed the frenzy and the green wave surged into the sky, the shadow dragon swallows the black gold. Ye Chen is the overlord of the national war, sharing plus 11,500% nightmare, and the exchange rate of 500,000 ashes worshipping the leader of the foreign server soared 800:1. Passerby players stared with wide eyes, trembled, and knelt down in jealousy. The rustling sound in the main city square was like thunder. Alliance leader, the king of war of the Void Kingdom. The artifact, the crown of the Kingdom War, has an explosion of HP 5 million, strength 30,000+, we scattered people are envious and lick the screen to dust. The projection of the 500,000 divine army of the gods Pet Alliance worshipping Chongshao, the tank's bullseyes bulged and roared, Alliance leaders share plus 11,500% eternal dominance. One ride can be like a million knees and no damage. Chen Feng's bull eyes were wet and he knelt down with the shield and roared, boss. Level 60 HP 5000000, defense against unlimited power 3000 plus dragon scale national war crown, guild iron wall nightmare on all servers. Yi Ji, the purple-robed national war god with a shining milk volume of 160,000, burst into tears and embraced Ye Chen, brother Chen, the milk god of the national war, is forever bound to the alliance and has a reputation of millions kneeling and licking her. Lin Yuyan's dividend panel smashed over 100 billion. She hugged Ye Chen and shivered in ecstasy, brother's wealth empire. The exchange rate is 800:1 at the peak of the black market. 500,000 masters cry out to join the reality and get 100 billion. Mu Shui's dagger dripped blood and she raised her eyebrows in admiration and whispered, Captain. The national war is perfect, a critical hit of 3 million to instantly kill the entire field of legend. Ye Chen's divine eyes scanned the embers of the battlefield, and the abyss of tree roots faintly regenerated like a tide of murderous intent. The team dealt with trivial matters in the aftermath. The supply warehouse, ding ding, was filled with pulse crystals, props were divided into red rain, and the guild buildings were upgraded with golden light rising into the sky. The high walls of the main city were repaired and the green bricks were reborn. The scorch marks faded away and the breeze blew on the face. The sense of accomplishment filled the whole server like a warm current. The announcement of the whole server once again shocked the Admiralty and, buzzed, countdown to the National War Finals. The ultimate abyss boss in the heart of the tree is resurrected, the all-server alliance vs the remnant party in the foreign server, the final King's Road, the official ultimate reward is announced, the legendary set of the divine domain plus the dominance of the entire fantasy world plus the reality of a billion cash pool. The points of the gods Pet Alliance lead 99%, Ye Chen's legend or the end? The chat scrolled red, the remnants of the black gold in the finals will regenerate indefinitely. The shadow dragon will devour the enemy again, and the alliance leader will dominate the real world and become rich. A low roar loomed in the depths of the black mist, and Ye Chen's sword dropped, king, and sparks splashed on his boots. The value was plus 11,500% to withstand it, and he coordinated the alliance to prepare for the final battle, the pinnacle of hegemony. In the main city square, the newly renovated blue bricks are still buzzing with the residual heat of the upgraded golden light, mixed with the rotten sap remaining under the scorched earth, causing the passers-by to twitch their noses and cough. 500,000 divine troops of the God's Pet Alliance are arrayed on the city wall. The tank's HP 5 million red bar is always full like an iron wall. The assassin's dagger flashes with cold light and has a critical hit of 3 million. However, the whole server chat is filled with blood red scrolling like a blade. The ultimate abyss boss in the heart of the tree is resurrected. Unlimited regeneration of HP 100 million level blood rage plus 50,000%, points minus 100,000 per second, global lock agility minus 99%, the projection of millions of coalition troops from the remnant party in the foreign server was smashed, and the God's Pet Alliance shared plus 11,500%. The main city was destroyed and the exchange rate was scattered. The individual master stared at the projection with jealousy, and knelt down and punched the bricks with cracks. The leader of the abyss is so awesome that he will be hated. The shadow dragon swallowed the CD lock for 24 hours, and the blood bar of the 500,000 divine army tanks was evaporated. The abyss of black mist ripped apart the void with a rumbling. The projection of the ultimate boss in the heart of the tree fell like a mountain. Hundreds of meters of rotten roots squirmed and pierced the earth, HP billion level green bars jumped wildly and a halo of blood rage exploded, and the poisonous mist filled the city with a shushing. The superimposed sizzling of DOT eroded the bones and hurt the heart, and the air was instantly moldy and smelled like a tomb. The remnant party in the foreign server roared with 1,000,000 tanks and shocked the sole HP 80,000,000 array. The assassin shadow bug buzzed, whispered a critical hit of 5 million locks. The system announced the thunder and burst the blood screen. The national war finals have begun. The boss of the tree heart abyss will be infinite again. The alliance of life is on top. Is the divine pet alliance leading with 99% points, or is it over? 1 billion views soared to 5 billion, and the countdown to the entire fantasy world stopped. Crack, Chen Feng, the champion of the Dragon Scale National War, hit the top of the shield city, and 95% of HP dropped instantly. Click, shattered and bloody, his eyes were bulging, his forehead was sweating like rain, and he shouted hoarsely on the team channel, "Boss." Points, 100,000 per second stack explosion to prevent infinite knee shattering, blood rage plus 50,000% strength to suppress my health bar for 1 second, and 500,000 tanks collapsed. Collapse. Ye Zhi's purple-robed divine light trembled and the holy treatment tsunami warmed up, but her milk capacity was 160,000, but her MP was depleted and her eyes were frozen with panic. She burst into tears and hugged Chen Feng. "Brother Chen, the bonded milk can't suppress the billion-level regeneration, and the blood bars of the entire Alliance army in the poison cloud area are evaporated and the logistics are broken." Lin Yuyan's pretty face turned pale and she hugged the cub. She clicked on the panel frantically. The black market exchange rate suddenly dropped to 400:1. She screamed and trembled, "Brother, the economy collapsed." The roots of the heart of the tree locked up supplies, the pulse crystals dried up and the shadow dragon CD became ash. Millions of coalition forces crushed the company with firepower. "Will be disbanded." Mushua's ghost sneaked through the fog. The dagger's critical hit was 3 million but the agility was minus 99%. The cold red lips twisted the private channel. "Fear, Captain, reconnaissance failed, the Abyss Core infinitely regenerates the shield to the level of 100 million, the assassin Diotian instantly kills me, and my output is reduced to 0. The 500,000 divine army tanks start with a bang. The blood-furious whips of the 500,000 tanks turn to ashes, and the smell of burnt meat mixed with rotten juice stings the lungs. The scattered people kneel down and cry, and the projection reaches the sky. The leader of the alliance wakes up from a dream of plus 11,500%. Then, the boss root devoured the reverse shadow dragon and exploded, and the exchange rate of the blood sea in the main city was 0. The whole server laughed at the peak of the green wave. Ye Chen was lucky to end. The foreign server defeated the national war king with 1 million, the black gold remnant was a nightmare, and the God's Pet Alliance knelt down and licked the heart of the tree to surrender. Ye Chen's divine eyes were deep, his soared eyebrows were furrowed, and the divine slash was accumulating, buzzing, thunder suppressing his chest. The God's domain set plus National War Crown's golden light dimmed the power of 30,000 plus, but the DOT stack exploded and the health bar dropped wildly. His heart fell into the abyss, and the heart of the void pulsed and tore with pain. The team was in tears, and the low-pitched team channel coordinator said, "Hold on. The Shadow Dragon root pulse is restarted, the coalition firepower is on the line, Yuyan's black market is counterpressing the economy, the whole server is preparing for the abyss core." The boss rotten root in the black fog, Gulu Gulu, churned with hundreds of millions of HP, regenerated, hua hua, green light shot into the sky, and the cow roared. The remnant soul of the projected iron-blooded GM smiled sadly, Ye Chen bug. You can share the source with infinite stacks of explosions, and the millions of coalition forces will wipe out the family and become bankrupt. The pressure was like a mountain collapse. Ye Chen's beloved shadow dragon with blue and black scales, boom, load the young wolf to assist in the fusion, the panel jumped wildly and the final awakening, ding ding ding, purple and black electric arc fireworks exploded in all directions. Lin Yuyan's eyes widened and her pretty face turned pale. She screamed in ecstasy and hugged Ye Chen, "Brother is amazing." The Shadow Dragon's ultimate void root restart awakens SSS++, devouring the abyss core and reversing the whole server to share plus 20,000% all attributes. Perpetual motion immunity. Regeneration. The magic skill Dragon Wing Data Black Hole is fully loaded with Blood Rage DOT Autophagy Boss Billion HP pool. Shadow Dragon Wings exploded to swallow the rotten roots, Gulu, and absorbed billions of data. The purple-black arc, bang bang bang, light yellow divine light spreads 20,000 yards across the fantasy world. The tank's HP exploded to 10 million, and its defense was 50,000 plus. The assassin's critical hit was 5 million, with a 1000% instant kill chain break. Chen Feng's blood bar is always full. The dragon scales charge, boom, to tear through the abyss and sea of blood. One ride is worth 1,000,000 shields and smashes the rotten roots. Thousands of faces, kick, the juice is splashing with iron filings and the blood mist is steaming. His bull's eyes are as wide as a copper bell and he is sweating and roaring, the boss is an invincible nightmare. Sharing plus 20,000% defense, unlimited damage and no damage, top 100 million level blood rage, DOT counterattack. Ye Ji's holy healing tsunami exploded with an unlimited range of 500,000 poisonous cloud milk. She cried with tears of joy and hugged Chen Fengshui, her eyes widened, and she screamed softly, "Brother Foam will be immortal. The whole alliance will be immortal. The tree heart MP will be exhausted and the green bars will explode." Mushue's dagger crit hit 5 million and penetrated the core node of instant kill. Her cold face twisted and laughed wildly in a private video and trembled in admiration, "Captain is perfect." The abyss shield shattered into billions of ashes, and the agility broke out and ghosts harvested legends. The 500,000 Super God Army tanks of the God's Pet Alliance with HP 100,000 crushed the array, the assassins hit 5 million crit and the dragon tide counterattacked, the black mist collapsed and, boomed, the rotten juice evaporated, dried up the scorched earth, and was blown away by the pungent breeze. Ye Chen shouted in the team channel, "The coalition forces of all servers are following up. The firepower of the Asian and European servers is shared plus 20,000%, and Yuyan's black market has blocked the economy of the heart of the tree." Shadow Dragon restarts the pulse and explodes again. Lin Yuyan manipulated DD gold coins to lock down the enemy's supply, and the panel dividend Susu soared and the exchange rate soared to 1500:1, breaking 1 trillion. She hugged the wolf cub and shivered in ecstasy, "Brother, the wealth universe. The top 500,000 black market masters are crying to join, and you can buy planes and yachts on the real-life private island. The boss's rotten root cracks, billions of HP green bars, and the regeneration is locked." The iron-blooded GM projection kneels down and trembles, roaring, dying, and crying in despair, Ye Chen, the devil, the root restarts and devours me forever, and the millions of coalition forces surrender to the king. The golden light of the system, ding ding ding, flashed like the sun. God favors the king of the finals of the Allied war. Defeat the final boss of the Tree Heart Abyss, reverse the first victory in the game, and the value finally skyrocketed by 500%, the whole team level is 100+, all attributes are plus 30,000%, and the guild's reputation exceeds 10 million people 2 million, the artifact Crown of Illusion World Dominance. X the whole team plus the sovereignty of the entire fantasy world plus the real cash pool of tens of billions is exchanged, the black market exchange rate is permanently locked at 2000:1 and the dividends are trillions. The whole server announced that the golden bell was buzzing, and the green wave in the chat reversed and soared into the sky. Shadow Dragon restarts the abyss. The overlord of Qinhuan realm, sharing plus 30,000% eternal nightmare. The foreign servers millions of ashes worship the myth of instant wealth at an exchange rate of 2000:1. The passers-by players stared at the copper bell eyes and trembled with jealousy, kneeling and licking the projection, and the Sha in the main city square worshipped like thunder. The Lord of the Void National War is full of artifacts. With an HP of 20 million and a strength of 100,000 plus unlimited resistance, we singles are licking the screen and envious of the real beggars. The 2 million divine troops of the gods' favored alliance are projected into the sky, and the bullseyes of the tanks are bulging and roaring. The alliance leader shares plus 30,000% and is invincible with one ride. Chen Feng's bull eyes were wet and he knelt down with the shield and roared with sweat, "Boss! Level 100 HP 200000000 defense infinite power 100000 plus illusion world dominator crown dragon scale nightmare, the whole guild's iron wall universe. Yiji's purple-robed ruler's divine light shines milk volume 1 million range in the entire illusion world, water eyes burst into tears. Ye Chen's body fragrance is fresh and tangy, brother Chen, the bond of the milk god is forever locked. The entire coalition is immortal and full, and the reputation of millions of people kneels and licks the tide. Real goddess. Lin Yuyan's bonus hit over 10 trillion, she hugged Ye Chen and screamed in ecstasy, brother, the empire is at its peak. The exchange rate is 2000:1 in the black market universe, 2 million masters joined the real empire of 100 billion and squandered it. Mu Shui's dagger dripped with cold eyebrows and her red lips trembled. Captain. The finals are perfect, the critical hit is unparalleled with 10 million. Ye Chen's sword fell and sparks splashed into his boots, his divine eyes swept across the battlefield, and the embers were reborn. The high walls of the main city were illuminated by golden light and the blue bricks were smooth. The scorch marks disappeared and the warm breeze blew across his face, creating a warm current that filled the entire server. In the aftermath of the team, he coordinated in a low voice, the guild buildings have all been upgraded to the divine realm, the pulse crystal mountain is full of supplies, and the reality exchange has begun, the Shadow Dragon Guard is preparing for a new era. The whole team burst into tears. Chen Fengdun smashed the new pit and knelt down and roared, Yi Jiwen hugged softly and tremblingly, Lin Yuyan burst into tears and screamed, and Mu Shui sneered in admiration. The Master of the Gods' Pet Alliance flooded the screen with a private video, the myth of the Alliance leader. The server crashed and the desperate situation was unbelievable. The Gods' Pet awakened to save the whole server and the team chat currency skyrocketed to dominate eternity. The official ultimate compensation, ding ding, rained down, the full body value of the Legend of Gods domain set exploded. The real-life cash pool of tens of billions was exchanged for Didi to the account, and Ye Chen's panel flashed to lead the legendary title, Lord of the Illusion, with unlimited reputation. But at the peak of the feast, the heart of the void was buzzing and humming, the shadow dragon's blue and black scales were faintly pulsing, new data, Gulu, appeared, and the whole server's hidden announcement was flashing blood red. Only Ye Chen could see, the high-dimensional server of the fantasy world is invading. The projection of the boss of the unknown god realm has arrived, and the crisis of collapse has arisen again, dominate or end, the new king's road begins. The abyss on the edge of the black fog resounded with a low roar and a ghost cry. Ye Chen raised his sword eyebrows slightly and his eyes were filled with fighting spirit. The team channel shouted, "Prepare for a new war. The dominance will not stop." All the players in the server worshipped the sky, the empire of wealth stood tall, and the legend continued. Ye Chen's sword drew back its murderous intent and the roar intensified. The system's faint yellow words flashed, "The ultimate fantasy world copy is opened, the hidden national war mode, global server fusion, the roots of the boss in the heart of the tree are regenerated, and the entire server alliance is fighting." Outside the competition, the wind and thunder boomed, and the black mist swallowed the sky, the rotten juice, sizzling, gathered thousands of meters away, and the shadows of the trees loomed, and murderous intent came like a tide.